get some great road trip snacks at Sinclair in Iowa City. Kelly Heating and Air Conditioning is proud to sponsor the athletes, Regal Nation, and this RegalCast. For quality that exceeds their customers' expectations, contact Kelly Heating and Air. Midtown Family Restaurant offers a family atmosphere and the best food around. Whether it's a big or small party, Midtown Family Restaurant can accommodate your next party. North Dodge Express is your stop for snacks before or after the big game. North Dodge Express is proud to support the RegalCast. Beaver Heating and Air reminds you to leave it to Beaver. When you're in need of heating and air, call Beaver Heating and Air for your next project. The Regina Athletic Boosters invite you to become a member of the team. Contact Sean Beard and get involved in supporting Regina Athletics. J.J. Nichting is a preferred farm dealership in the tri-state area. They offer experience, service, part inventory, and long-term commitment. See them in West Liberty, Tipton, Pilot Grove, Mount Pleasant, and Sigourney. And finally, Iowa City Brake handles more than just brakes. Need your oil changed? How about a mechanical or electrical problem fixed? Let Iowa City Brake diagnose your automobile and get it back on the road, running like a Regal. And now for your HuskyCast sponsors.
And a warm welcome to our Highland Huskies. The HuskyCast football and volleyball is sponsored in part by Murphy's in Riverside, where all Highland fans gather after the game. Jerry and the staff can provide Husky Nation with drinks, great meal specials, and much more. McCready Ruth Construction can handle your next remodel or addition. They also specialize in home and commercial construction and can provide you with energy-efficient options. People's Trust and Savings Bank is not here to be the biggest bank around, just the best. People's Trust and Savings Bank wishes the best to the Highland athletes all around tonight. The Highland Athletics Booster Club sponsors events, holds fundraisers, and works for the betterment of our Highland athletes. The Highland Athletic Boosters are happy to sponsor this HuskyCast. And so with that, Chad, we've got about 8 minutes of game time. Again, on a beautiful night here in Iowa City, Regina versus the Highland Huskies, about ready to take place. We're starting to see the flag bearers gather for the national anthem here in a little bit. Again, a homecoming here in Iowa City for Regina. We'll have a halftime special where homecoming court will be announced. We'll also have announcements of some special awards for our alumni as well. Again, a really, really warm night compared to where we usually are this time in October. So really exciting for the athletes to be able to play in these conditions.
So for you RegalCast listeners, I don't know a lot about the Highland Huskies this evening. They're led by their junior quarterback, number 14, Connor Grinstead. So he hasn't thrown a lot of passes on the year so far. Only 41 passes. He's got 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. What really makes the Husky offense go is number 17, Owen Donovan. He's already run for 662 yards on the season. And he's their top reception guy when it comes to receiving the football, probably out of the backfield as well. So what the Regals are going to have to do is really key on Donovan, make Grinstead and maybe one of their other receivers like Netster or Bonebreak come out and have those guys beat you. If they can contain Donovan, I think the Regals will be okay. Highland comes into this game 1-4, their lone victory on the season against North Cedar.
Yeah, North Cedar was a club that was really struggling when we played them earlier in the year. But again, on a beautiful night, anything can happen. And I agree with you. Donovan's really the key athlete for Highland and really has demonstrated a lot of versatility for this ball club. So, they'll be keyed on. I suspect the game plan for Highland surrounds a multifaceted approach, knowing the Regals will be loaded for bear.
And Regina, for you Highland Husky fans, they're led by their senior signal caller, number 6, Ashton Cook. Cook comes into the game completing 62% of his passes on the year for 1,275 yards, 14 TDs, and 2 interceptions. His main target on the outside when it comes to receiving is senior number 10, Alec Wick. Wick has 37 receptions for 670 yards and 10 touchdowns on the season. What makes the Regals go from the backfield? Senior Theo Coley. Coley is like a 4-touchdown-a-game machine. He's got 16 rushing touchdowns on the season, 92 carries and 820 yards. Trying to contain that 3-headed monster is a tough thing to do, and you've got some other guys like Levi Quinlan out of the backfield as well. So right now we're going to have the prayer here at Regina and also have the national anthem. So we're going to go silent for a little bit and let you listen to that over the mic. We'll be back once that's completed.
Regina is a Catholic school. To begin this athletic event, representatives of our respective schools help us to demonstrate good sportsmanship, fair play, and respect for others. Love and protect all those who have traveled here today, granting us safe trip home. May we always rejoice in the realization of your presence with us at every moment. We ask this through Christ our Lord. Amen. Now direct your attention to midfield. American Legion Post 17 member Sawyer Holden, Wayne Captain, Wayne Crowley, and Joe Madden. Please rise and remove your hats for the playing of our national anthem.
So there's your national anthem, school prayer. Ed, what a beautiful night for football here in Iowa City. Like we talked about earlier in the season, no spring soccer season, so the field looks absolutely fantastic. Grass playing surface here at Iowa City, Regina, a big arc cross on the 50-yard line closest to the home bleachers. But you look out there, Ed, almost looks like a turf field that's so nice.
It does, and it's cut like a golf course. I mean, I was out there before, kind of walking on it a little bit, and knowing that, we've had decent precipitation of late, kind of gotten out of the drought conditions, really just some neat playing surface. And I suspect the athletes will play fast tonight. I think that's the whole idea. I know Regina would like to get out early, establish that running game with Theo, but again, complement it with the passing, and obviously our all-star Alec Wick.
And that's what Regina did last week when they were on the road against Columbus. They got up, I believe, by 41 points or something in the first half. Mainly the JV saw playing time most of the second half, so the score looked a little bit closer than the game actually was. But Regina jumped out early, a couple of quick scores by Theo Coley, and it was all over at that point in the Columbus game. Highland, had a victory at North Cedar 2 weeks ago, ran into a pretty tough Lisbon team last week. We played Lisbon. We know they're a disciplined football team, strong football team. When we saw them, their starting quarterback was out. Sounds like he might have been back for that game last week. So they took one on the chin against Lisbon. Lisbon's a pretty good football team, though.
Yeah, I see Lisbon taking a good opportunity in the playoffs to establish themselves and establish all that they can do. Very disciplined team. You think of Lisbon as a terrific wrestling school, and a lot of those athletes look like they're multi-sport. So, Lisbon's somebody to keep an eye on, all the way through. As far as this Highland Ball Club is concerned, again, I think they've got to diversify away from Donovan because, the scouting report has Donovan as obviously the key contributor on offense. Defense will be interesting side to side. Regina's had a lot of opportunity to contain and do good things. The Wapello game, the Columbus Junction game, our defense established themselves right away. It's nice to have some of these young guys coming in and getting the reps that they need in order to be successful down the road. So hopefully we've got depth all the way through. So right now we've got the captains coming out midfield. Representing Iowa City, Regina is Nick Wagner, the injured senior captain, and he's shaking hands with number 17 of Highland.
That's Donovan.
That is Donovan. Yeah, we're going to keep an eye on him. We're going to hear that name quite a bit tonight. Both athletes are awaiting the coin flip here at midfield.
So just for those that don't know what we're looking at in terms of jerseys, the Highland Huskies come into the game tonight with their road whites on. They've got black numbers trimmed in red with looks like either Highland or Huskies above the numbers. I can't read it from here. Got a black and red stripe on the shoulders, and their helmet is white with a red and black stripe down the middle and a metallic H on the side, and they've got black pants. For the Regals, they come out in their home Navy uniforms, gold numbers, gold around the sleeves and around the collar. They've got Navy pants with an R cross on the left thigh. Their helmets, matte Navy. They've got a number on the left-hand side and the Coach D cross emblem on the right-hand side. Don't forget, this is a simulcast tonight, so if you want to let us know where you're listening in from, go to theregalcast.com, click on the email us button. Let us know where you're listening in from. It's always fun to see how far away our listeners are listening in from, and it's always nice to know that we're getting these games out to people, former alumni, brothers and sisters, grandpa and grandmas that might not be able to travel down here to Iowa City to see the game.
Yeah, we absolutely love the emails, so please definitely jump on theregalcast.com and let us know where you're at. Let us know what you think. Let us know what you hear, and we'd love to respond back to you on the air. Likewise, good to hear from friends and neighbors all across eastern Iowa as we begin football here in Iowa City.
And the Regals did win the coin toss. They deferred, so Highland will be getting the football. Number 10, Alec Wick, will be kicking off for Regina. Highland's going to be going right to left on your computer to start things off. Back deep for the Huskies, number 14, Connor Grinstead, and number 17, Owen Donovan. I have to believe Wick might kick away from Donovan here, and he puts his left foot into it, and it's a deep kick all the way back to Grinstead, over his head, and into the end zone. So it'll be a touchback for the Highland Huskies, and they'll start at their own 20-yard line. Wick has a strong leg. Good soccer player, too, Ed.
Yeah, he's the kind of kid that you keep talking about every week, wondering if kicking is in his college future. You know, he could be a soccer player on the college level, or, you know, be a receiver and a special teams player at the college level. It'll be interesting to see now that he's starting to garner Division I interest.
So ball dead middle of the field here. Highland going right to left. They come out in a heavy set up front. They've got an I formation. Grid stand under center. He'll take the snap. He looks back, and he'll hand it to Donovan. Donovan gets met right away by a host of Regals, and they blow the whistle for stopping the forward progress there. Met initially, I think, by Aiden Udell.
Yeah, Udell did a nice job of making penetration, and that was a quick whistle. I mean,
that was very quick.
Yeah, he wrapped him up, and they're like, okay, we're done with the play, on to the next.
So a loss of 2 there for Owen Donovan. They'll bring up 2nd down and 12. Ball at the Huskies' own 18-yard line. They're going into the wind here to start this first drive of the half. They'll send trips out to the right-hand side, one receiver to the left, one back to Grinstead's left in shotgun formation. Here comes the blitz. They coming up the middle. They'll hand it off to Donovan. No, Grinstead keeps it himself, and good job and discipline by the Regal defensive line right there, and they'll stop him for no gain.
Yeah, Theo Coley was in on a blitz right over the tackle, and was able to kind of get there, and a host of Regals are no gain, maybe.
Yeah, actually a loss of 1 according to the referee. So 3rd down 13 coming up for the Huskies. 10:53 left to go. Just getting underway here from Iowa City Regina High School. Ball on the far hash mark this time. Will come a heavy set again here for the Huskies. They send one receiver out to the left, I formation, Grinstead under center. He looks over the defense, takes the snap. He hands to the fakes to the first guy. He'll go carry it himself, and he'll get maybe 2 yards before I think he was hit by number 50, Jackson Marks, initially.
Yeah, Marks on the tackle. Blake Chambliss in there as well. And again, I talked earlier about that sideline-to-sideline defense, and that's what's going to help us in this ball game. A lot of what Highland does is around the edges, and I haven't done a lot over the middle. So we'll see if they make the adjustment.
They mark him down for no gain there. So 4th down 13 for Highland. Number 18, that's going to be Brenton Bonebreak, back to punt for the Huskies. Back deep for the Regals. Levi Quinlan standing at about his own 41-yard line. Good snap, quick kick, down, low kick out to the right-hand side of the field. Gets a Husky bounce, and it'll bounce all the way down to the Regina 42-yard line with 9:52 left to go in the first quarter. Regals will have good field position to start their first drive, Ed.
Yeah, hit it left to right on your computer screen. Regals will be looking to get Theo Coley going right away, I imagine. You never know on a night like tonight, it'll be the wind going the right direction. Maybe they'll air it out.
Yeah, Ashton Cook does have the wind going at his back right here. We haven't seen a lot of long bomb passes this year. A lot more short passing than we've seen traditionally from the Regals. Ball on the far hash mark for Regina. They'll send 2 receivers out to the right. Actually, just one. Trips out to the right, one receiver to the left. Theo Coley to the right-hand side of Ashton Cook in shotgun formation. Cook looks over the defense. Low snap. He'll pick it up and pass it out to Levi Quinlan in the flat. Quinlan gets around the edge. He's down to the 42-yard line of Highland, and he'll have a first down.
Yeah, that was tackled by Brenton Bonebreak, a junior, 5'9", 145. One more juke, and he's gone. Terrific gain by Levi Quinlan, multi-purpose receiver here.
Yeah, good job by Bonebreak coming out from behind and tripping up Quinlan, or he might have had a touchdown on that pass. First down and 10 for Regina. One receiver to the right, trips to the left-hand side, tight, close to the line. Coley left of Cook this time in shotgun formation. They'll fake it to Coley. Again, a pass in the flat out to Levi Quinlan on the left-hand side. Good job right there by number 14, Connor Grinstead, of a nice, strong tackle after Quinlan picks up about 3 or 4 yards.
Yeah, Grinstead, he grabbed him pretty quick and brought him down. 9:08 left to go here in the first quarter, and Regina trying to establish what it wants to do here.
Short passing game so far. Second down and 6. Regina at the 39-yard line of Highland. 2 receivers right and left. Ashton Cook tries that hard snap count, and again, the Highland Huskies jump. We see this every week. I'm surprised teams don't see it on film because Regina pulls guys off offsides all the time.
Yeah, it's something they're really, really good at. I remember last year particularly, they do this over and over and over again in the playoffs.
So it's going to be second down and short after they march off the penalty. Second down and maybe a long 1 yard to go. Ball at the Husky 34-yard line. 8:46 to go, first quarter. No score here from Iowa City Regina. Regina moving the ball here with some short passes on their first offensive possession. 2 receivers right, 2 out to the left. Coley again, the back in the backfield. You'll always see the Regina Regals out of the shotgun. Cook looking deep over the right-hand side. He's got a receiver out there. Sam Aitchison goes up top, pulls it in, and brings it down to about the 13-yard line. Good catch by Sam Aitchison.
Yeah, Sam really extended himself up to grab that ball. Terrific catch. And, boy, brings it back down to the turf safely. He really extended his arms as high as they'd go.
Nice touch pass right there by Ashton Cook. Just enough air under that football. Sam Aitchison go up there and grab it. So first down and 10, ball at the 14-yard line of Highland. They send 1 receiver right, 1 out to the left. New formation here. 2 backs flanking Ashton Cook on each side. 1 back, that's Wick behind him. They're going to pitch it to Wick. Wick gets the left-hand edge, and he's going to have a Regal touchdown. Alec Wick for the 14-yard touchdown run.
Wow.
And that's a formation we haven't seen yet this year, and got a touchdown out of it, Ed.
Yeah, and that's something they must have looked at and realized Andrew Weiss had a terrific block on that offensive possession, and the result is a touchdown. Again, Wick is dangerous any way you look at it, but to have 2 blockers as well as a lineman pulling out, it's just too much for anybody to bear.
Yeah, it's a formation we haven't seen. Ashton Cook was in the shotgun. He had 2 running backs on either side of him standing right next to him. Wick was about 3 yards deep behind him. Did a little pitch out to the left of Wick. And Wick will come in to try the extra point here. A little high on the snap, but the kick is down. Looks good from here. It is. And with 7:59 left to go here in the first quarter, Iowa City Regina jumps out to a 7-0 lead.
Yeah, hats off to offensive coordinator Ed Hinkle for thinking through some of these things, and it's fun for us up here in the booth to see these new formations and adjustments that they make. And so, with that, here we lead the game, first score of the game.
So we were talking a little bit about the touchdown record. So since 2008, Ed, can you tell me who leads the Regina Regals in touchdowns, rushing, receiving, and kickoffs in total touchdown numbers? Any idea? Had some very good running backs.
I think
over
about
the years.
Volstead. I think Volstead comes to mind.
Real close. Actually, it was Joe McCaffrey in 2011. He had 26 touchdowns on that year.
Wow.
He had 22 rushing touchdowns, 3 receiving touchdowns, and 1 touchdown for a return. Jacob Volstead was real close in 2011 as well. Both of those guys had 22 rushing touchdowns in the same season.
That's incredible, and that was a title team as well.
It was. So Theo Coley on a good pace right now. He's got 17 total touchdowns. He has a chance to maybe beat that by the time we get out with the playoffs.
Yeah, once they, especially with the expanded playoff format, there'll be more games.
Lisbon over Wapello right now, 6-0 in the first. That's another big game in the district, probably for second place in the district. Wick kicks a little short pooch kick this time, comes to Grinstead. Grinstead picks it up at the 15-yard line of Highland. He gets it out, tries to go all the way right to left and east and west here. Really doesn't pick up a lot on the kickoff return. He'll get it out to about the 22-yard line.
And tackled by Alec Wick. So it sounds like it's a Wick show so far in this contest. Again, 7:52. Now we come out in defense.
7:52 left to go. First quarter, Regina leads 7-0. Highland comes out on their second offensive possession of the game. They'll have the ball on the far right hash mark. They'll send one receiver to the right, two receivers out to the left. They're going to have Grinstead in shotgun formation this time. Donovan to the right-hand side of him. They're going to snap it. They're going to hand it to Donovan. Donovan tries the left edge. He gets a little bit, makes a couple tackles, but right there, looks like it was Carter Rios came up from behind and brought him down. Nice tackle by Rios.
Yeah, Udell over-pursued a little bit. Sometimes we see him do that. He's so quick, and then Rios, of course, was able to clean up on it. But
actually, I think it might have been Blake Chambliss. It looked like 14 initially. I think it might have been 34 Blake Chambliss with the tackle.
Correction, Chambliss.
Second down and 12. Loss of 2 there by Grinstead. 7:24 left to go first quarter. Ball now on the near hash mark. Highland will send 2 receivers right, 1 out to the left. Again, shotgun formation. They've got 2 backs flanking each side of Grinstead. Grinstead looks over the defense. He'll take the snap. He's going to hand it to Donovan. Nope, he's going to pull it and keep it himself. He tries to go up the middle. Nothing there. Chambliss again in on the tackle along with about 2 or 3 Regina linemen.
Yeah, the defensive line of Regina is definitely, penetrating the offensive line of Highland. That was a matchup we were looking at the beginning of the broadcast to see if they'd match up. So far, nothing going for Highland. See if they start to air it out a little bit. 3rd and 11.
They're down 11. 6:44 left to go first quarter. Regina up 7-0. Ball at the Highland Husky 21-yard line. Ball in the center of the field. Trips out to the left. 1 receiver to the right. Donovan flanks Grinstead. High snap. He controls it. He tries to pass out to the flat out there. Incomplete pass. Intended for number 18, Brenton Bonebreak, but incomplete. A little bit too high for him. And it's going to bring up another Highland punt, Ed.
Yeah, they're gonna punt. They're in their own territory. They got to get it out of there. Quinlan's back. We're starting to see the teams come in and out. Special teams punt return for the Regals.
So Bonebreak will kick here again for Highland. Some of the punt return team. You got Carson Irving out there, Jack Tierney, Carson Jensen, Sam Aitchison, Blake Chambliss. Number 14, Carter Rios is out there. Number 5, Trent Gerard out there. Danny Gavin all tried to block here for Levi Quinlan, who stands at midfield. Another high snap. Kick gets off. Another low liner off to the right-hand side. Almost hit a Regina player right there. Bounces out of bounds, and they're going to mark it at the Highland 46-yard line. So they'll start in enemy territory here, Ed.
I think old Carson Jensen was lucky that ball did not hit him. He kind of breathed a sigh of relief there that ball didn't just hit him right in the back. Kind of a poor punt. That happens sometimes. And, sure enough, you hit the back of somebody and it starts rolling around. Somebody gets it. But student section's starting to fill in here, ladies and gentlemen, and that's terrific. People are doing a nice job of social distancing, that type of thing. Good to see the kids back on the hill a little bit here in our regular season finale. Again, beautiful night in the 70s.
And again, we've got the COVID break going on right now here at Iowa City, Regina. So a little bit of a timeout on the field. Some other scores that are running in. Tipton, they didn't say who they're playing, but Tipton leads 7-0 in that game. New London 26, Twin Cedars 0 with 6:56 left to go in the first quarter. That's quick scores there by New London. Wapello answers right back. 53-yard touchdown pass. Wapello takes a 7-6 lead over Lisbon. I think that's going to be a good football game. Wapello, Lisbon both have some athletes. They look pretty evenly matched on paper. That should be a good one.
Yeah, Lisbon, like I said, I was very fond of Lisbon when they were here. They're very disciplined, hard-nosed football, play with a lot of smaller guys, and, do a nice job. And, again, I think they're going to make noise throughout the playoffs. And it'll be interesting in Class A. You think of Guthrie as sort of the leader overall, and they're going to be a very tough team to beat.
Dr. Richter's letting us know he's listening tonight, and he said he's thinking of Coach Day on this homecoming, and all thinking of Coach D during the homecoming here. He says go Regals and go LSU Tigers, and being an LSU fan. Regals come out, ball on the far hash mark. They send 2 receivers right, 2 left. Coley directly behind Ashton Cook in shotgun formation. Cook takes a snap. He's going to look to pass out the flat to Coley left-hand side. Coley breaks the sideline. Coley's got some running room, and he steps out of bounds right about 10 yards after he gained 10 yards. He went to make a cut, and I think he stepped out of bounds when he made that cut, or he would have had a touchdown.
Man, he'd have been gone. I think his half of his foot hit the sideline, and that was it. But he had 2 men beat.
Been nice to have replay on that one to see if he actually touched out. Second down 1 here for Regina. Ball at the 37-yard line of the Highland Huskies. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Shotgun formation for Cook. 3-4 defense here for the Highland Huskies. They hand it to Theo Coley up the middle. Coley's got some running room, and there's nobody going to stop him. Regal touchdown! Theo Coley, 37-yard touchdown run. And if you get Coley open in the middle of the field, Ed, you're not going to catch him.
We've seen this all season long. We talk about 18 inches. We talk about Gale Sayers. We talk about a lot of different things. But, man, he had, 3 feet. And boom, all of a sudden he makes that move on one defender, and he's gone. Terrific run by Coley.
Coley has just amazing straight line speed, and if he can get through that initial surge at the line of scrimmage, he is off and gone. Wick's kick is a low one. It is up, and it is good. So with 6:10 left to go here in the first quarter from Iowa City, Regina, Regals take a 14-0 lead on Highland. I'm going to send the score to the home office, maybe hit those sponsors for the Husky Cast again, Ed, if you would.
And we're happy to have our Husky football and volleyball sponsored by Murphy's in Riverside, where Highland fans gather after the game. Jerry and the staff can provide Husky Nation with drinks, a great meal special, and much, much more. McCready Ruth Construction can handle your next remodel or addition. They specialize in home and commercial construction and can provide you with energy-efficient options. People's Trust and Savings Bank is not here to be the biggest bank around, just the best. People's Trust and Savings Bank wishes the best to the Highland athletes this fall. And again, the Highland Athletic Booster Club sponsors events, holds fundraisers, and works for the betterment of our Highland athletes. The Highland Athletic Boosters are happy to sponsor this Husky Cast. And again, we're welcome and happy to have our Husky friends from Highland listening in. Feel free to go to theregalcast.com, email us, let us know where you're at, what you're doing. Obviously, great to hear from you. Good Husky crowd over on the visiting side here in Iowa City.
Wick puts his foot into the kickoff. Another deep kick this time back. It's going to be Donovan at his own 5-yard line. He looks to return it straight at the field, turns on the afterburners, gets across the 20 out to about the 22, 23-yard line for Owen Donovan, and the Huskies will take over after going 3 and out on their first 2 possessions. One more email that's rolled in. Will Colony says, "Go Regals." He's listening in from Milwaukee, Wisconsin tonight. Thanks for listening in, Will.
I can only imagine Will's in the library somewhere in Milwaukee, making sure he's getting his studies done. UW Milwaukee. Great to have you, Will.
Thanks for listening in. Highland Huskies come out with 6:06 left to go here. First quarter, Regina up 14-0. 3 receivers left, 1 to the right. Donovan to the left of Grinstead in shotgun formation. They'll hand it to Donovan. He looks to go off the right tackle. He's got a little bit of running room this time, and he's out past 10 yards for a first down for Highland. Highland's first down here as he gets out across the 35, maybe 36-yard line.
Yeah, nice run by Donovan. He's got quick feet. I think that's what's made him successful. About a 190-pound kid, captain, senior leader, kind of kid you'd want to lead this ball club. We're going to keep a real close eye on him.
First down and 10 for the Highland Huskies. Ball at their own 36-yard line. Ball on the right hash mark. They'll send one receiver right. Trips out to the left once again. Same formation. Donovan to the right-hand side of Grinstead. Grinstead takes the snap. Going to hand it to Donovan again. Nope, he'll keep it. Tries to keep her straight up the middle. Hasn't really fooled the Regals so far tonight as 3 or 4 of the Regal defensive linemen take him down for a no gain.
Every time Donovan moves to the one way or the other, by the quarterback, I keep thinking what a halfback pass would look like. I feel like at some point we're going to see that where all of a sudden quarterback pops out, gets it to Donovan, and then Donovan has somebody on a go route. I'll have to keep an eye on that play.
I think that might be Highland's best bet. Seems like the middle's pretty plugged. They're probably going to try to want to catch that edge, get their athletes out there. 5:04 left to go. Second down 10. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. 1 back, short on the right-hand side. They're going to hand it to Donovan. He tries to cut back against, he started to cut right, tried to cut back to the left, and actually tripped over his own lineman's foot and lost about 3, maybe 4 yards on that play.
Yeah, and hats off to the Regal defensive line here. They are really doing a nice job of penetrating into the backfield to create stops and getting good separation from the offensive line of the Huskies. Offensive line of the Huskies are going to have to push a little, find their way this ball game.
Third down, 14 here for the Huskies. Ball at their own 32-yard line. They'll send 3 receivers, and one of those receivers is Donovan out to the right. Actually, they're going to send 3 receivers out to the left now. They move across. They're going to call a timeout. They didn't have their offensive setup there that they really wanted. So the Huskies are going to call a timeout with in this first quarter here with 4:17 left to go, and Regina up 14-0. Just a reminder of your RegalCast sponsors: Jeff Rudolph of Edward Jones, Dale Howard Auto Center, Locals Love Us, Bankers Advertising and True Art, Chris Shooter-Lehman, LKR Realtors, OBGYN Associates, and Radiance Medical Spa, the Jill Armstrong Realty Team, J&S Express, Towncrest Pharmacy, Hertine and Stocker Jewelers, Sinclair, Kelly Heating and Air Conditioning, Midtown Family Restaurant, North Dodge Express, Beaver Heating and Air, the Regina Athletic Boosters, JJ Nickting, and Iowa City Break. Your Iowa City, Regina, RegalCast sponsors for for our football and volleyball here this season. Wind still blowing left to right on your computer screen. Looks like it's probably about 10 to 15 mile an hour yet. Regina's had that nice long pass from Ashton in the first half. Otherwise, most every other pass from both teams has been kind of little passes out to the flat so far.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what adjustment they just made out of this timeout.
They're down 14 for the Huskies. They send 2 receivers to the right, 2 receivers out to the left. They got 1 back in the backfield. That's Donovan on the right-hand side of Grinstead. Grinstead looks over the defense. He'll take the snap. They're going to hand it to Donovan. Nope, Grinstead's going to roll out to the right and keep it. He's got a little bit of room out to the right-hand side. He's going to gain maybe 7, 8 yards. Still going to bring up 4th and long here for Highland.
Yeah, but I just said that the Highland line needed to push a little harder, and they did on that play. It's interesting if they can get some leverage. You could see some of these 5, 6, 7, 8 yard gains. So that may be the difference for them. Again, no choice but to punt here.
So bone break back to punt once again. Quinlan standing at his own 38-yard line. Timeout called by the referee. I'm not sure. Something might have came out on the field or something. One of the side judges is pointing out to the side of the field. But 4:10 left to go here, second quarter. Regina up 14-0. Another high snap. Bone break corrals it, gets the kickoff. Another low kick, and it's going to be aimed towards the right-hand side and go out of bounds once again. Regina will start this drive, first down and 10 at their own 39-yard line.
Yeah, that's a nice place to start, going left to right on your screen. It'll be interesting to see here if we see some diversification. I look at some bubble screens as a possibility in this series. That might be something that they want to do. We've got Coley in. We've got the regular starting line in. Blake Chambliss is in as well on the receiver front.
Other scores: Waco 8, West Winfield Mount Union 8 at the half. Xavier leads Benton 45-8, and in the first, Wilton 7-6 over Northeast. Regina 1 receiver right, 1 left. Again, that formation we saw that Wicks scored on. This time they're going to hand it to Coley straight up the middle. Coley gets a little bit of a seam, then gets met by a couple of safeties, but gets the first down and gets out across midfield. Theo Coley with another Regina first down.
Yeah, it's interesting. The tacklers kind of grabbed him by the belt, and he just got those high legs. All of a sudden, he just drug him about 4 extra yards.
So it'll be first down and 10 for Regina. Ball dead middle of the field. They have the ball at the Husky 47-yard line. They'll send trips to the right. 1 receiver, Alec Wick, out by himself, left-hand side. Cook in the shotgun. That's Coley to his left-hand side. Blitz look here from Highland. Now they back off a little bit. Cook says, Theo, you better pick up this blitz if he comes. Now they back off. They bring 4 rushers. Cook looking out to the right-hand side, finds Chambliss over the middle. Chambliss down to the 35, across the 30, all the way down to about the 27-yard line before they blow the whistle and stop his progress right there. Good job by Blake Chambliss coming across the middle of the field.
Yeah, Chambliss with a nice kind of slant route. Again, quick whistle. This officiating crew is not interested in people being taken to the ground. If the forward momentum is lost, they will blow the whistle.
3:12 left to go, first quarter. Regina on the move again inside the Highland Husky 30-yard line. 2 receivers left, 1 right. That's Chambliss and also Aitchison kind of in a slot position. Coley now left-hand side of Cook. He takes the snap. He's looking to pass down the left-hand side. He's got the middle of the field wide open. That's Levi Quinlan. Quinlan looks to break inside, and he's get brought down at about the 3-yard line. Good slant there again across the middle of the field, kind of a post almost by Levi Quinlan, and takes it all the way down to the 3-yard line.
Yeah, he's got a touchdown-saving tackle by Luke Miller to get him down to the 3. Otherwise, it would have been another 6. Nice job by Miller of Highland.
Regina looking to put another touchdown on the board here in the first quarter. Trips to the right, 1 receiver, or trips to the left, 1 receiver to the right. Theo Coley. Ashton Cook actually under center this time. They put a man in motion. That's Wick. He has it. He'll try the pass to Wick. And we've seen this play before work for Regina. Wick starts out wide on the left-hand side. Cook puts him in motion underneath the center. Wick starts to come towards him, and then he just runs a quick slant right for the touchdown, 3-yard touchdown pass, Alec Wick.
Yeah, you can only do that if your athletes are really fast and have good feet. I mean, it's a deception play, and it works over and over again. We've got Jackson Mills in on this point after, just hustled in. Again, Wick is going to do the point after, 20-0, 2:48 with the point extra coming.
Good snap by Jackson. Mark kick up right down the middle of the uprights. With 2:48 left to go here in the first quarter from Iowa City, Regina, the Regals take a 21-0 lead.
And the Regals are going to look at a scenario here where they've got to figure out what it is that they want to do. If we continue to score at this clip, it'll be a running clock that'll be quick. Obviously, homecoming, we've got a lot of people here. I think this is the biggest crowd of the year so far. So it'll be interesting to see what they decide to do. I suspect some of the young guys are going to get in sooner than they had perhaps in other games in order to extend play so that a lot of people can get some reps and that type of thing. Again, the weather's just absolutely terrific. And 21-0, 2:48.
Another email rolled in here. PJ and Shelly Conlon listening tonight. They said, good job, Regals. Way to cap off the homecoming week by jumping out early all over the Highland Huskies. So don't forget, if you want to send us an email, go to theregalcast.com. Even you Husky cast listeners can go there. Send us a message. Let us know where you're listening in from, and we'll get your name on the air. It's always fun to see how many people are listening in every Friday night.
Appreciate you having you, Conlins. I can only hope you're having a nice beverage and a very nice meal to go with it.
2:48 left to go. Alec Wick will put the left foot back into the football here, and he's going to pooch kick this one now down to the right-hand side of the field. It's going to bounce and stays in bounds. Nope, it actually rolls out of bounds on about the 5th roll. So that'll be a penalty, free kick penalty against the Regals. We'll see if Highland makes them re-kick it or if they'll take the penalty yards. I'm guessing they're going to take the penalty yards here, Ed.
Mm-hmm. That would be my assumption.
2:48 left to go, first quarter. Regina 21, Highland nothing. Beautiful night here in Iowa City. Regals send their defense back out on the field. Jackson Mills out there now to play some defensive line for Regina.
Yeah, I like that. It helps add depth, getting some of these kids in that are behind somebody else.
Ball near hash mark here for Highland. Ball at their own 35-yard line. They've got I formation this time. Grinstead under center, one receiver to the left. They're going to hand it to the front man this time. Didn't see what number he was. He falls forward for maybe a yard if they give him forward progress, but not much sledding there again in the middle of the defensive line for Regina. Sounds like that was Caden Harbison, the fullback, that took that carry. So they're going to be 2nd down and 10. They gave him no yards on the carry.
What do you call here, Chad?
I think they got to get some quick passes out to the flat, try to get Donovan into the flat to try to get him to the edge or something. Or maybe some kind of quick pass. Virginia's really sucking the defense up. Middle of the field's wide open if you can hit a quick slant. They're going to go and fake it. Now Grimstead looking to pass this time. He's looking deep down the right-hand side. Got one receiver out there, defended by Carson Jensen. Good job by Jensen. He was there the whole time, knocked it away. Incomplete pass.
Yeah, Jensen put his hand straight up because he knew he was going to knock the receiver. Good body control out of Jensen on that particular pass. And, again, brings up 3rd and long. And I'm looking for a screen here, Chad. I'm looking for some type of screen.
That pass was intended for number 11, Yahir Jimenez. Incomplete for Highland. So it stops the clock. 2:01 left to go first quarter. 3rd down and 10 for Highland. Down 21-0 to the Iowa City Regina Regals. They'll send one receiver out to the left. That's Luke Miller. They'll bring a super tight line right here and put one man in motion. That's Donovan. They fake it to Donovan. Grinstead wanted to pass to Miller, but just heavy pressure. Middle line by Theo Coley and Blake Chambliss that time. Chambliss sacks Grinstead for a big loss.
Yeah, nice defense by the Regals. Again, 1:45 left to go here first quarter. 21-0. Going to be a punt for the Huskies, and it would be interesting if we see a punt return for a touchdown. I'd like to see that out of Levi Quinlan.
Bone break back to punt again for the Highland. He stands at about his own 16-yard line. Quinlan back deep at about the 40-yard line for Regina. harboring to the right-hand side of the field over there, waiting, since every one of Bone Break's punts have been that way so far. This time he decides to kick it to the left-hand side. He's obviously punting away from Levi Quinlan. Quinlan will pick this up at the 30, though. He'll go down the right-hand sideline and get met initially right there by Bone Break, and he'll bring him down at about the 45-yard line.
Yeah.
Looks like they're trying to punt away from Quinlan. Quinlan's like, I want to run here.
Yeah. Quinlan, I think it might not have been following directions on that one. That's just Levi, man. But Luke Miller with the tackle for the Huskies. Again, we keep calling that name. He's having a good game so far, Luke Miller, number 6. But, yeah, Quinlan's not following directions. I think they told him to get away from it, and he grabbed it and said, I want to go.
So Regals will have first down and 10, ball at their own 45-yard line on the near hash mark here, Regina's side of the field. 1:10 left to go, first quarter. Regina up 21-0. Sam Aitchison will come out to the right, along with Levi Quinlan. Wick and Jensen out to the left-hand side. Coley, again, your running back. 3-4 defense, or more of a 3-5 again here for the Highland Huskies. 3 down linemen will look to rush, and they might bring it back, or they just rush 3 here. Cook looking for a pass. He's got all the time in the world. He's going to go over the middle and finds a receiver there. That's number 3, Quinlan. Quinlan breaks the tackle. He's out down to the 32-yard line of Highland. Good job by Levi Quinlan, just keeping the feet churning right there, Ed.
Yeah, Ashton had all day long trying to find. I think that was his second read on that particular progression. And, again, finds Quinlan. Quinlan has 2 tacklers that fall by the wayside and, again, finds some way to get to the first down.
Again, Highland only brought 3 rushers that time. And if you give the quarterback that long a time, something's going to eventually open up. He found Quinlan downfield, first down 10, Regina, ball at the Highland 30-yard line. They come out with that formation, 2 receivers or 2 running backs are going to hand it to Coley. Coley's going to try the left-hand side, runs completely east and west, tries to get around the corner. Good pursuit defense there by the Highland Huskies, and he gets maybe 1 yard.
Yeah, they did a nice job of stretching it out, the Huskies did on that particular play.
He'll run out of bounds, so the clock stopped. 52.8 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Second down and 9, just inside the 30-yard line of the Highland Huskies on the far hash mark. Sam Aitchison will trot out to the left-hand side. You got Carson Jensen way out wide right. Again, you got Coley and Quinlan flanking Cook in shotgun formation with directly behind Cook. Going to hand it again to Coley up the middle. Coley breaks through. He's got a little bit of running room down the left-hand side. Breaks a couple tackles before he's initially pushed out of bounds inside the 15-yard line.
Yeah, Miller saves a touchdown there. Throws Coley to the side. But again, Coley doing kind of the high stepping and juking, getting himself to down the way.
Actually, they're at the 11-yard line. So 45 seconds left to go. Regina steps to the right, 1 receiver left. Coley's back. And Coley's going to sprint right up the middle. Get hit at the goal line. Did he fall across? Nope. It's going to be just short down to the 1-yard line.
Linesman. All of a sudden we see the best chain gang in Eastern Iowa down there. Working the angle.
Second down and 1. Ball on the 1-yard line here. Eagles can still pick up a first down according to the sticks. Cook in shotgun formation. Coley right by him. I believe they're probably just going to hand to Coley. They do. He goes off the left-hand side, gets across the goal line. Theo Coley has himself another touchdown for the Regina Regals. Theo Coley, 1-yard run.
That boy, Theo. You need a hard run there.
So 9.7 seconds left to go here in the first quarter. Regina jumps out to a 27-0 lead. We'll see if Alec Wick can put the extra point on the scoreboard here. Your snapper is Jackson March. Your holder, Ashton Cook. Kick is up and just inside the right upright. So 9.7 seconds left to go. Regina jumps out to a 28-0 lead. 1 more touchdown. We're going to have a running clock here, Ed.
Yeah, that's for sure. Again, I talk about that best chain gang. That's James Lucina.
in center field, or at least Cardinal Bell, up in the game of two pretty good football teams down there. And into the first quarter, Mercury and Elkhorn scoreless. Mount Vernon leads South 7-0. First quarter, Beckman leads Mustang 6-0. Here come the Eagles kicking off. Another little short of kick here by Wick. Ball comes up. It's going to be Donovan comes up and fields it out the 13-yard line. Right, touches up the middle of the field. After that, the right hash line. Gets it across the 30 after about the 33-yard line.
Yeah, Donovan's pretty good for that. Somebody, so good effort out of Donovan on that return.
So Highland Huskies will come out with 4.2 seconds, probably the last play of the first quarter here. They'll send one receiver right. They'll send trips to the left. Grinstead will be in shotgun formation. Donovan on his left-hand side. He looks over the defense. He's going to take the snap. He's going to hand it to Donovan. Donovan has some room off right tackle. He's got the room out to the edge, and he gets the first down for Highland. Good job by Owen Donovan.
Yeah, he's quick. He is awfully quick, and I can see why they talked about him all week long here in Iowa City in preparation for this ballgame.
So first down there, and that's going to end our first quarter of play. After one quarter here in Iowa City, Regina, like we talked about, Regals have jumped out early here in this football game once again, really doing it with the pass and the run mix. A few formations we haven't seen yet tonight. Highland really struggling to get anything to go up the middle. They've had some success out off the right pass or a pass out to the flat on that right-hand side. There seems to be a little bit of action out there for them.
Yeah, that halfback pass is the one I keep thinking about for Highland to have some success and get their guys out and get them to be long. Otherwise, Virginia scores another touchdown or two and get running clock, and the game goes by quickly. Got a real nice program coming up, ladies and gentlemen, for our halftime. We'll have our homecoming court out and the King and Queen selection, as well as our distinguished alumni, young alumni, and honorary alumni. We will name at halftime. Also going to have I believe, dance team maybe do a little bit of a routine for the enjoyment of the YouTube watchers. Appreciate the people watching YouTube and going on to the regalcast.com. Feel free to send us an email, send us a note, let us know where you're at, know what's going on. Again, recapping 28-0 end of first quarter. About ready to start the second quarter on the biggest crowd of the season here in Iowa City. Again, a lot of people socially distanced, but masks are on and people are enjoying the company. Just a matter of time, as you think, Chad, people really get an opportunity to enjoy this football team.
So a couple other emails rolling in. Shelly Conlon said it's like you had a spotlight into their house that they were having steak and potatoes for the Regals here tonight. So.
I had a feeling they might be. She
Steven,
didn't mention anything about a beverage, though.
No, she did not. I'm sure that's probably part of it. Steve and Glenda Howard also listening in, probably from Iowa Falls. That's Nick Wagner's grandpa and grandma listening in. Thanks for listening in tonight as well. Sounds like we might be getting some feedback, he said, too. So, Danny, if you're listening in the home office, if you hear any feedback on our end, let us know, and we can try to adjust something if that's happening. So, thanks for listening in. 12 minutes left to go here. Second quarter is getting ready to start the second quarter. Highland comes out going left to right on your computer screen now. They got the ball on their own 42-yard line, or actually 47-yard line. They have one receiver left, trips to the right. Grinstead shotgun formation, Donovan to his right. They're going to hand it to Donovan. He's thought about going left, cut it back right, and Blake Chambliss and number 67, Ronan Poynton, name we haven't called yet. He's finally eligible here for the Regals. Came up big and hit Donovan for a loss there.
Yeah, I talked to Bryce Mines, our AD, and very happy to have Poynton eligible for this contest and beyond. A terrific form tackle by that athlete, as well as Blake Chambliss.
Ronan, a big kid, only a sophomore. I don't have heights and weights here for Regina, but looks like a pretty solidly built kid. He's standing right behind Josh Gaffey there, who's 6'3", 6'4", 240-some pounds, and he looks pretty much all the part as a linebacker there.
Yeah, he's got a motor. We've watched him in practice. He's got a heck of a motor.
Second down, 12 for Highland. They send two receivers left, one to the right. They're going to put Grinstead shotgun formation, Donovan to his left-hand side. One back in front. They're going to hand it to Donovan. He's going to try the right side again. Absolutely nothing there as number 14, Carter Rios, from his linebacker spot, comes up and hits him in the backfield once again. It's another loss of 2 or 3 yards for Highland.
Yeah, they've got to find something else offensively. diversification, I think, is going to be their friend.
It almost looks like they're trying, Donovan's taking the handoff, and I don't know if he's initially trying to go one way and then come back the other, but it's given Regina time to react to it. They're going to need to just figure out something where they can hit the hole hard and try to go.
That's kind of an interesting development here. We've got Ashton Cook in the ball game as a defensive back.
He's usually only back there on like nickel dime kind of things when you think they're going to throw long. So Highland, 3rd down, 14, ball at their own 43. One receiver out to the left. I formation for Highland. They fake it to Donovan. Grinstead rolls to his left. He tries a pass out to the flat to number 18, Bone Break. Pass was short. He had a big rush coming from Theo Coley and Aiden Udell right there. Couldn't really put any mustard behind the ball, going opposite of his right hand in throwing, and just didn't get the pass complete.
Yeah, good coverage by Carson Jensen. It's really been fun so far this year to watch the maturation process of Carson Jensen. I mean, he's really gotten better and better each and every contest, and you can tell he's getting football smart, a lot of film study. Good job out of Jensen.
So we just wanted to give us a heads up. There are a lot of audio issues at the moment. Can hear a ton of buzzing right now. It sounded like somebody knocked over a camera earlier. So maybe something to deal with. So I'm not sure. Kind of checking my board here. Everything looks like it's connected the right way. So I'm not sure where all the audio feedback is coming from.
7-yard punt, no return.
So hopefully Danny or anybody at the home office, if you're listening in, you're hitting the feedback, let us know if there's something that we need to try to do on our end. So it's 10:03 left to go here in the second quarter. Regina leads 28-0. They're going to start this drive with their worst field position of the half, and they're going to be at their own 20-yard line. I was looking at the board there. Did that kick go into the end zone, or did it just go to the 20, Ed?
I missed it as well.
Okay.
I missed it as well.
So
I was looking down the board, and I'm looking at our messages. I think there's something wrong with the YouTube.
Trips out to the left for Regina, one out to the right. Coley gets put in motion. He comes out to the left-hand side as well. Empty backfield now for Cook. He'll take the snap. He's looking across the middle of the field. He's got Levi Quinlan wide open at the 30. He comes down to the right. He's got one man to beat. Good job right there. Out after he gets past the 40-yard line. Owen Donovan comes down and scores for him. Ed, I'll let you take over for a second. I'm going to talk to Brandon here real quick.
Very good. And Owen Donovan with the tackle on that play. Owen Donovan and that'll bring up 1st and 10 on the 43-yard line.
So it looks like Ashton Cook blew a hard count right there and made him jump again, so an extra 5 yards. Sounds like the Regal Cast audio is just fine. They're hearing some feedback on the YouTube side of things if you're watching on the YouTube.
Well,
so
of course it's not our fault.
Right. We never make mistakes.
We're professionals here,
Yeah.
as you guys all know.
Ed and I both went to school for this.
That's exactly what we did. I know what I majored in as an undergrad, and it certainly wasn't this.
Perfect. It sounds like that might have taken care of the problem. Let us know if it did. 1st down and 5 here for Regina. 2 receivers left, one out to the right-hand side. Cook takes a high snap. He corrals it, though. Looking deep down the left-hand side. He's got Alec Wick down there. Wick has the defender beat. And Alec Wick is going to have himself a 52-yard touchdown reception. Regal touchdown.
Man, what an absolutely gorgeous pass by Ashton Cook. I mean, if you could see it from up in the press box, that's just a rotation on that football. Very, very tight. A beautiful arc, and again, to the best athletes we've got here on the field, and Alec Wick for the touchdown. Just an absolutely gorgeous throw, catch, and touchdown.
That ball was a super tight spiral. Getting some feedback or emails now from saying that the audio sounds good. So hopefully it's good. If you want to shut us off because you don't want to hear us, that's a different story. But, if we're going to be listening to us, we want you to be loud and clear if possible. Wick knocks through the extra point. And with 9:11 left to go here in the second quarter, score 35-0. Unlike last year, now we'll have a running clock even in the first half this year, Ed. Last year it was only second half. We should start the running clock here when we come back to the kickoff.
Yeah, this will be interesting with 9:11 left to go in the second quarter. It's going to go by quickly. Again, 35-0. It's just been a one-sided ball game to date. And again, this is really going to be an opportunity to get some young guys in. I'm starting to see some of the young kids starting to get themselves ready. We'll see what happens here. But typically what we've seen in some of these blowouts is we've seen a deal where the kids will get in, late third quarter into the fourth quarter and that type of thing. But this is just so incredibly one-sided that it may be a little bit early in order to extend the opportunities for everybody.
So other scores rolling in right now. Minneapolis up on Louisa Muscatine, I'm guessing that's who it is, 14-0. Winfield Mount Union 22, Waco 14. Wilton 20, Northeast 6. Lisbon up over Wapello with 7:33 left to go. I'm guessing second quarter, 18-13 in that game. And Minneapolis just scored again. They're up 21-0. So Alec Wick will kick off for Regina, going right to left now on your computer screen. Back deep, once again, Grinstead and Donovan for the Highland Huskies. They stand at about their own 5-yard line. Wick has pooch punted a couple times and driven it deep a couple times. This time he's really going to pooch punt it really short, and then one of the up linemen takes it at about the Highland 39-yard line. That was number 58 right there, Colton Miller, who caught that football and just went down with it right away. So Highland will start with good field position here, Ed, to start the drive.
I'm wondering if that Miller is related to Luke Miller, the number 6 junior. The Luke Miller's been outstanding so far in this contest for Highland.
So Highland will start this ball right in the middle of the field. Ball at their own 39-yard line, down 35-0 for Regina. 9:11 left to go in the first half. They send 3 receivers out to the right, 1 out to the left. Again, Grinstead in shotgun formation, Donovan to his left. Good snap. Grinstead drops back. He's looking down the sideline. He was looking for the deep pass to Miller down the right sideline. Batted down by big Josh Gaffey right there. Jumped up, batted it down, got his mitt on it.
Yeah, I love that kid. He's so upset. He all of a sudden he just bats the ball down like a basketball shot block, and then all of a sudden he's mad he didn't intercept it.
He's had one interception this year doing that, just jumping up and picking it up, so he wanted to get himself back in the stat book again.
That's what I'm thinking. I think he'd find his way into the newspaper. Of course, I don't even think kids read newspapers anymore.
No, they don't know what that is. Pointing back onto the field here for the Regals. He'll take over a middle backer spot. 8:30 clock ticking. 35-0 Regina. 3 receivers left, 1 receiver out to the right. Again, shotgun formation for Grinstead. Regina in their 4-3 defense here. They're going to do a little stunt action up front. Grinstead's going to keep it. He'll get it out and gain maybe 2 yards off the right tackle right there for Highland. They'll have 3rd down and long.
Yeah, they had a pulling guard on that one, the 58 Miller, who was in on the last play. And again, Regina was able to fend him off and still get the tackle for a loss or a gain.
Actually, he gained a couple of yards right there. It's going to be third down and 8 here for Highland. Ball at their own 41-yard line here on the near hash mark. And Regina's going to take a timeout here. So 7:49 left to go in the first half. Regina leads 35-0. Both teams will take a timeout, do some sanitation of things here from COVID and whatnot. Just a reminder, at halftime, we'll kind of go over and let you know who the homecoming court is. We've got some special alumni awards as well going on. We'll talk about that, and then we'll have to, if we have time, talk a little bit about how the playoffs are going to be set up here this year, Ed. A little bit different. Normally there's 16 teams, or in the past maybe 32 teams, but 16 teams into the playoffs. This year everybody gets into the playoffs. So we'll talk a little bit about that at halftime, too, on how that's going to look as well.
Yeah, and our thoughts and prayers out to our good friend Doug Beaver. Beaver Heating and Air recently fell ill this past week, and hoping he's recovering well from illness and working his way back in rehab and that type of thing. So, again, thoughts with the Beaver family as Doug rehabs.
So Danny said we were sounding a little white, too, so I turned up the main volume, Danny. If that worked a little bit better, let me know. Or if I need to turn it up a little bit more, just give me another message and we'll do so. So 7:49 left to go here in the first half at Iowa City, Regina. Regina leads 35-0. Both teams still have 2 timeouts left to go. When we come back out of this timeout, Highland's gonna have 3rd down and 8. The ball at their own 41-yard line.
Yeah, Doug Beaver's married to Jan Beaver, and I think Jan's class 82. I think.
Highland has the ball near hash mark. 2 receivers left, 1 receiver right. Grinstead shotgun. He's looking for a pass out to the flat. He does a quick double pump and overthrows his receiver. He tried to fake like he was going to pass it to Caden Harbison on a quick flat pass, and then he went a double move. Harbison went down the left sideline, and he just overthrew the pass. So 4th down and 8 here for the Huskies.
I gotta think they're going to punt for safety.
So they're going to put Bone Break back there to punt. 7:22 left to go here, second quarter, 4th down and 8. Quinlan back again for Regina.
turn the volume down.
Turn it down.
Yeah.
So we're getting we're having some audio issues here tonight. Home office said that it was too soft, but the listeners are telling us it was a little bit too loud now all of a sudden.
A little distorted on the YouTube. I think what we're trying to do, obviously, is marry the YouTube with the Regal Cast.
So bone break back to punt here for Highland. He kicks a snap. Good snap this time. Quick punt. A little bit higher this time. A deep punt. Good kick here by Bone Break. All the way back to the 12-yard line is Quinlan. He'll take it. Donovan right there. Meets him about the 21-yard line. Good job by Owen Donovan getting down there and hitting Levi Quinlan.
Yeah, nice punt on that. That was well played. 6:46, 35-0. Again, the running clock. Athletes in and out. Again, we're starting to see some of our young guys get in. No, we're not.
Oh, still starting offense. Couple of emails rolling in here. I'll read them in a minute. Looks like Danny's doing some stuff from the home office on my computer here. So we'll leave it there. Regina has the football. First down and 10. Ball at their own 22-yard line, far hash mark. They send Wick out to the right-hand side. Actually, that's Sam Aitchison to the right-hand side. Trips out to the left. Coley in the backfield with Cook. Almost a false start there. They're going to hand it to Coley. Coley's got the left edge. He's across the middle of the field there and then driven back. Got hit at about the 40-yard line, not the 50, the 40-yard line by Donovan. But first down and 10 here for Regina.
Yeah, Donovan had him by the shoestrings. Otherwise, he'd have had additional yardage. There could be bugs in your computer now.
Yeah, that could be.
We got something going on.
So I think we're all calibrated like we need to be on our board here. So I don't know if it's something on the YouTube side or what. But Coley again up the middle. He's got some running room. He's across midfield all the way down to the Highland 30-yard line and drives forward to the 24 of Highland. Another big run by Theo Coley.
You know, it took 5 defenders to bring Coley down. He just keeps driving his legs exactly the way you teach it. And to some degree, Chad, you don't teach that. That's just a natural athletic ability. And, you know, Theo came to football very late, and it's just really fun to see him blossom, certainly here in his senior year.
So Regina has it first down and 10, ball at the 24-yard line of Highland. One receiver right, trips out to the left. Cook takes it. He'll hand it to Coley once again. Coley tries the middle of the field, and he breaks a couple tackles. He's out across, and Theo Coley has a wriggle touchdown. 24 yards. Theo Coley once again hits pay dirt, and that's number 3 for him tonight. He's been averaging about 4 a game here, Ed.
Unbelievable. I wonder what that does for his numbers. Is that 18 on the year?
So he was at 17 total touchdowns, 16 rushing coming in. So he's at 19 now, I believe, on the year.
Holy moly. I wonder where that stacks up in Class A. It's got to be top 5.
It's got to be high up there, I would think so.
Yeah, top 5. And the kick, we're awaiting the extra point.
Extra point up by Wick here. Good snap. Kick is up, and it is good. So with 4:54 left to go in the second quarter, Iowa City Regina jumps out to a 42-0 lead. Before I send the score to the home office, a couple of those emails. One was a shout-out to the juniors here. Katie Walters says, way to go, juniors, for winning the tire for homecoming week and continuing the winning Welter tradition. One other email here. Oh, it was Mrs. Welter again and family listening in from Kelowna. So thanks for listening in from Kelowna tonight. I'm going to send the score to the home office here real quick.
Yeah, the other thing, typically alumni are listening in, and we appreciate all of our alumni. I would say Regina. With every extra point or field goal, we see on the left side of the press box, you've got young kids, young Regals, young elementary school students on the baseball diamond ready to catch the ball. So not a lot's changed there. It's just terrific. Kids are out on the hill. Beautiful night for football. Student section's ready to go. I think the dance team's ready to go for a halftime court. A little bit about playoff football, and of course announcing our distinguished alumni, young alumni, and honorary alumni this 2020 season.
So Regina out to a big lead here, 42-0 here in the first half in Iowa City. Kind of what we saw last week when we were playing Columbus as well. Guessing we'll see some of that JV action here soon for Regina. Andrew Denninger now to kick off for Regina, number 42. The junior puts his foot into it. Pink shoes on Andrew Denninger, going right to left. Kicks it to the 10-yard line. This looks like it's going to be Donovan. Donovan has it out across the 20s, tries to bring it back across field to the right-hand side. Gets it across the 25-yard line up to the 27 before brought down by Regina. First down 10 for Highland. Ball's going to be at their own 28-yard line.
Nice tackle by Blake Chambliss, number 34, on that return.
Other scores coming in. Minneapolis leads Louisa Muscatine 35-0. New London 48, Twin Cities nothing in the second quarter. East Sac County 35, Maple Valley, Anthony Odo 0.
So the legendary Doug Vincent and his wife Wendy are listening from Orlando, Florida. So I'm glad you got down there, Doug, nice and safe, and I hope you're enjoying the warm weather.
First down and 10, one receiver left. I formation for Highland. They'll hand it to Donovan. He's trying off left guard, met by Jackson Mills and a host of Regals right there. Good job, no gain for the Highland Huskies.
Yeah, this it's awfully nice to see Doug get a night off here to be down there with his family and enjoy it. Such a terrific contributor to our football program through the years. And again, I'm worried he's going to like Florida more than Iowa going forward, so got to keep him close.
Got some other Regals out there now. Number 44, Jackson Hamilton into the game, along with number 8, Stephen Liu out there as well, playing cornerback for Regina. 2 receivers left, 2 receivers right. Shotgun formation for Grinstead. Puts a man in motion, and I think we're going to have a false start here on the left tackle for Highland. Regina jumped 2, but Highland jumped first, and it's going to move the Huskies back 5 yards.
Yeah, 5-yard penalty, repeat the down. Again, thanks to Ray Colony for helping me out here, but coming into the game, Theo's in 4th place in Class A with the rushing touchdown. Cole Kelly over at West Hancock has 22. So anyway, he's 2nd in rushing TDs, 4th in TDs all the way around. So he's right up there as a state leader. You know, and as playoffs come, you know, he'll have an opportunity the farther we go to break away.
Actually, the refs got together there, and they actually called offsides, a neutral zone infraction by Regina there. So Highland's going to pick up 5 yards. So it'll be 2nd down and 5 now. Ball at their own 33-yard line, right in the middle of the football field. 1 receiver comes out to the right along with Donovan. 2 receivers out to the left-hand side, 1 back in the backfield. I believe that's number 82, Caden Harbison back there. They put a man in motion. And they're going to fake it to that motion. Grinstead's going to try a keeper right up the middle, falls forward for about 1 yard. Going to be 3rd down and about 4 for the Highland Huskies.
Who's 67?
Roynan Poynton. That's
Yeah,
Poynton out there.
Poynton's one we've been talking about. First ball game of the year, and man, he looks like he's been playing all year.
Yeah, he looks strong from that backer spot for the Regina Regals. 3rd down and 4, ball at the Husky 34-yard line, almost to the near hash mark here. Huskies going left to right. They'll come out and send 1 receiver right, trips out to the left-hand side. Grinstead will be in shotgun formation. Donovan will flank him on the left-hand side. Takes a high snap. They'll hand it to Donovan, and nope, Grinstead will keep it. He tries the left side, hit initially by Jackson Hamilton. He stopped his initial progress, and then Josh Gaffey was there to clean it up for the Regals. No gain.
Yeah, again, tough defense by the Regals on that play. Gaffey looks like he got all the backer on that as a cleanup.
So number 83, Gabe Graff, now coming in on punt return here along with Trent Gerard. And again, Carson Irving out there as well, and Danny Gavin comes out there too. So 4th down and 4 here for Highland. 1:06 left to go, second quarter. Regina up 42-0, and they're actually going to go for it here. Tight formation, and Regina's going to call a timeout since they had their punt team out there on the field. So it'll be Regina's 2nd timeout of the half with 57.8 seconds left to go. And Dumont will bring him over to the sideline to chat him up a little bit here. We'll see if Highland comes back out and goes for it.
Yeah, it's interesting. People continue to file in, Chad. I mean, it's just, again, the type of homecoming crowd you'd want and expect. The one thing I'm really impressed with, though, is our fans have done a nice job of distancing within the bleachers. And again, a lot of times it gets packed in. You get packed in, you know, in the bleachers, and this is an opportunity for them to spread out a little bit. So really appreciate that, they're doing that. The kids are all over the place, both from the Husky side and the Regal side. So that's nice to see them have an opportunity to visit with each other. Again, setting the scene here, 42-0. 57 seconds left to go here in the second quarter. We have a running clock already, much like a little different than last year. We've got the running clock in the first half instead of just the second half. So it'll be interesting to see what the second half looks like. You know, back in the old days, we had the 50-point rule.
Yeah, right.
You know,
yep.
and sadly, you know, our Regals and some of our 90s teams, and
We're on the other end of that.
We're on the other end of that. Yeah, that was a different thing. And, of course, with Chuck Evans and Marv Cook and the legacies both of them have provided, we've had terrific tradition since.
Looks like Bone Break's going to actually punt this time. Now Carson Jensen drops back for Regina to receive the punt. Bone Break's kick is a good one. It's going to bounce, and Jensen's going to take it at about the 25-yard line. He's got a head of steam up the left-hand side of the field. He's got it out to about midfield, cuts it back to the middle of the field, brought down by Owen Donovan just past midfield. Eagles will have good field position. Clock's still running, though. Be interesting if they call a timeout here before half.
Yeah, I bet you they just let it go.
Anthony Kamani now runs out to play offensive line here for Iowa City Regina. They come out 28 seconds left. They'll send 3 receivers out to the right. They got 1 receiver out to the left-hand side. Poynton also playing guard now for Regina. Coley in the backfield, 20 seconds and ticking. Cook looks over the defense. And he takes the snap. Going to hand it to Theo Coley. Coley tries to break up the middle. Good job this time by Highland. They stop him for a gain of about 1, maybe 2. Trying to see the number who was there to start with. I think that was number 13, Carson Netzer, who made the initial hit on Theo Coley. And that's going to run the clock down here in the first half from Iowa City Regina. After 1 half of play, Iowa City Regina 42, Highland nothing. It was a Theo Coley, Alec Wick show in the first half, Ed.
Yeah, there's 2 offensive power players in Class A football, and I got to tell you, they just look terrific, all the way around. We've had some injuries, and we had Danny Maloney, Nick Wagner, folks that we really look to count on in the course of the season that have gone down, and other kids have picked up and that type of thing. But really, the line play is the disparity in the football game. Our offensive and defensive lines are controlling the line of scrimmage and really taking advantage. So, in the second half, what adjustments Highland can make will be interesting. But they've clearly got to get the ball in the middle and clearly get down the ball field a little bit quicker. Regina's been able to defend sideline to sideline. Donovan is exactly what we thought he'd be. Give him a little bit of space, and he's going to be the player. But they're going to have to pass more, work on some more screens, and find alternative plays, perhaps like a halfback pass.
Yeah, short passes, screen passes are going to be key for them, I think, coming out here in the second half. Let's start the half by running down our full sponsor list. And once again, then we'll get into some of the things that we're going to talk about. Jeff Rudolph of Edward Jones is your Iowa City financial advisor who can offer you advice on retirement planning and long-term goals. Dale Howard Auto Center in Iowa Falls wants to keep the Regals moving. Best of luck this season. Locals love us. They want to know who you love. Vote for your favorites now at vote@localsloveus.com. Bankers Advertising and True Art is proud to sponsor the Regal Cast and all Regina athletes. For printing and promotional advertising, contact Bob Squires at Bankers Advertising and True Art. Go Regals. Chris Shooter-Lehman, he hasn't shouted in tonight that he's been listening, but he is one of our sponsors with Coldwell Banker, Real Estate Professionals. He's here for all your real estate needs in Iowa City and the surrounding area. LKR Realtors are proud to sponsor the Regal Cast. At LKR Realtors, open doors for you and your family. Wishing the best of luck to Regina, and we are proud to support the athletes and students. OBGYN Associates and Radiance Medical Spa. As a well-known supporter of Regina, Dr. Diane Adam is proud to sponsor the Regal Cast. Stop by her office for Coraville for a free consultation. The Jill Armstrong Realty Team would like to say they're proud to sponsor Regina in this Regal Cast. The Jill Armstrong Realty Team will treat you like family, making your priorities theirs. J&S Express is now your new BP station selling BP products. J&S Express is conveniently located right across from Regina, so you can stop in before or after the game. Town Crest Pharmacy cares more about your health care. Located in Iowa City and Solon, Town Crest Pharmacy is proud to sponsor this broadcast. Best of luck to the girls and boys this season. Hertie and Sacker Jewelers has been your local jewelry store since 1947. They can help you find that special ring for that special moment. Located in the Ped Mall in downtown Iowa City. Sinclair. Heading out of town for the big Regina game? Don't forget to gas up and get some great road trip snacks at Sinclair in Iowa City. Kelly Heating and Air Conditioning are proud to sponsor the athletes, the Regal Nation, and this Regal Cast. For quality that exceeds their customers' expectations, contact Kelly Heating and Air Conditioning. Midtown Family Restaurant offers a family atmosphere and the best food around. Whether it's big or small party, Midtown Family Restaurant can accommodate your next party. North Dodge Express is your stop for snacks before or after the big game. North Dodge Express is proud to support the RegalCast. Beaver Heating and Air reminds you to leave it to Beaver. When you're in need of heating and air, call Beaver Heating and Air for your next project. The Regina Athletic Boosters invite you to become a member of the team. Contact Sean Beard and get involved in supporting Regina Athletics. J.J. Nichting is a preferred farm equipment dealership in the tri-state area. They offer experience, service, part inventory, and long-term commitment. See them in West Liberty, Tipton, Pilot Grove, Mount Pleasant, and Sigourney. And finally, Iowa City Brake handles more than just brakes. Need your oil changed? How about a mechanical or electrical problem fixed? Let Iowa City Brake diagnose your automobile and get it back on the road, running like a Regal. And now your HuskyCast sponsors. Ed. HuskyCast sponsors?
We have HuskyCast sponsors. Murphy's in Riverside is where all Highlands fans gather after the game. Jerry and the staff can provide Husky Nation with all kinds of drinks, great meal specials, and much more. McGreedy Ruth Construction can handle your next remodel or addition. They specialize in home and commercial construction and can provide you with energy-efficient options. People's Trust and Savings Bank. It's not here to be the biggest bank around, just the best. People's Trust and Savings Banks. Wishing the best to the Highland athletes. And again, the Highland Athletic Boosters Club sponsors events, holds fundraisers, and works for the betterment of all Highland athletes. The Highland Athletic Boosters are happy to sponsor this HuskyCast.
So right now we've got our homecoming court that's being introduced on the field. Your homecoming court this year for Iowa City Regina. The girls, Annalie Bartles, Abigail Clark, Annabelle Gann, Jaden Kravosky, Sarah Martin, and Bailey O'Connor. On the boys' side of things, Nicholas Abusada, Theodore Coley, Elisier de los Santos, Alec Wick, Levi Quinlan, and Ashton Cook. That is your homecoming court. Now, we don't officially have who's going to win yet, so we'll get to that here. They're introducing the last couples right now. They're introducing Sarah Martin, and then they'll bring up Levi Quinlan as well. Once we get them out there, Jeff Rudolph, the voice of the Regals, will let us know who the homecoming king and queen are this year. Lehman just texted me, said, we're screen sharing on the big screen. Sydney's home for the weekend. Simpson grad should be able to fix any technical problems. Again, he gets the Simpson grad information in there.
That's Chris Shooter Lehman, Regal Class 85. Attaboy, Shooter.
Chris Shooter's got some YouTube video out there. You can see him go catch a touchdown pass in the Shriners game in like 1985. Big white helmet, big blue R on the side of it. Looked like he had never been there before the way he came up and started celebrating.
I got to tell you what, he knew what he was doing. Then he goes to Indianola and becomes a legend. I love it.
So we got the homecoming court out here right now. Just waiting for Jeff to tell us who the king and queen are. Here's the drum roll. Brrr, your king is Nicholas Abusada. And your queen, Annalie Bartle. So your king and queen this year for the homecoming court for Regina, Nicholas Abusada and Annalie Bartles. And we also have our Regina alumni information this weekend as well, Ed. So why don't you go ahead and let us know a little bit about who those alumni award winners are. They'll probably do it out on the field as well. So if you're watching on YouTube, you might see some of these alumni award winners out here. I don't know if they're going to do that on the field or not this year because of COVID, but at least we can get them on the air.
Absolutely. The Regina community proudly recognizes alumni and individuals who have positively impacted Regina, provided outstanding service to one's community, and modeled exceptional leadership in one's profession. These individuals clearly demonstrate Regina's most cherished values, and the distinguished alumnus for 2020 is Matt Pasha, class of 1978. The outstanding young alumnus is Michael Vilhauer, class of 2008. The outstanding service alumna is Bonnie Barnes McFarland, class of 1967. And our honorary alumni for 2020 are Eric and Missy Aitchinson, here at Iowa City, Regina. Just a terrific group of people, terrific group of contributors to Regina's success over the years. And quite frankly, with Michael Bellhauer being the young alumnus, obviously great things on his front, a great future ahead of him. But very proud of this group, very proud of these folks, and they're going to make terrific award winners this year, especially in a trying year. You point out some of the folks that have really been helpful as Regina's transitioned in a COVID environment, and also been able to have a sense of community throughout this global pandemic, and some setbacks as well. Obviously, the passing of our dear coach John DeMarco and PE instructor John DeMarco. We see a lot of folks around, including myself right now on this cast, that have the Coach D memorial sweatshirts and T-shirts and things of that nature. And again, our hearts and prayers go out to his wife Diane and the entire family in New York and Iowa for Coach DeMarco. But again, we're at about 11:03 left to go here in the halftime segment, and the homecoming court is starting to break up a bit. Pictures are being taken down on the field. The student athletes are in their respective areas being coached up for the second half, and we're starting to see some folks clear out just a tad. Visiting, we're starting to see the folks through the concession stand as well.
I bet you the girls are glad it's 75 degrees out there, Ed. You always see the homecoming announcement, and sometimes the girls are out there in their short-sleeve dresses, and they're sitting there just freezing their butts off. Tonight, a beautiful night. They can wear their dresses and be just comfortable. So a few more emails coming in tonight. The Minnesota Aitchisons are listening in. So Sam's grandpa Gary, Grandma Sharon, and Aunt Jill all cheering on their favorite Regal football team. Go Regals. And again, congratulations to Eric and Missy Aitchison for the Alumni Award. They do a great job for Iowa City, Regina. Great people as well. Abby Miller listening in from Burlington, Iowa. Her brothers are number 6 and number 58 on Highland. She says, go Huskies. Thanks, Abby, for listening in. We appreciate it. And one more coming in here. Shout out to Osweiler via Emily from taking the musical chair win from Jack Wallace of Boland VIA. So throwing out a little shade to Jack Wallace there.
A lot of that happens from time to time, and has something to do with his last name, I think.
I agree that, he's got a lot to live up to, trying to, make up for all the messes his old man had when he was coming through school here.
And no question. The nuns and the priest, and they helped me all the way through. There's no question about that.
So we talked a little bit pregame about what the postseason is going to look like this year. So postseason is going to look a lot differently. Normally there's 16 teams that get into the postseason. There's usually 9 regular season games, and then you play another 4 games or so to get to the Dome and win the state championship. This year, everybody gets into the playoffs, so it's going to be completely different. There's going to be 6 weeks of playoff action after this year. The way they're going to do that, they're going to put it into pods, and they're going to kind of reseed those pods every 2 weeks. So you're going to get a pod that comes out tomorrow at noon, and with that pod, it sounds like they're going to try to keep teams geographically close, so they're not traveling a long way for COVID, but yet trying to prevent as many district matchups as they can. So I wouldn't be surprised if Regina kind of gets paired up against maybe some of the lower schools from like El Burnett, North Lynn District or something along those lines for the first round. Second round, we might see another Lisbon, Wapello kind of team come through here. After that, they'll reseed the pod again for the second week. So they'll have the first pods will come out tomorrow. The second pod will come out October 21st at noon. And then the final pod for the semifinals, they'll redo all that again for the semifinals for the Dome, and that'll come out on November 6th. So there's going to be 3 different seeding pods that'll come out over the next several weeks as we go along in the playoffs here.
Yeah, and that's a tough thing, Chad. And I love the fact that all the teams are getting in the playoffs, much like Wisconsin, much like Minnesota. I think it's competing priorities, however. You don't want district matchups, but you don't want too far of a geographical disparity. And those are 2 competing priorities. So it'll really be interesting as they go through these respective iterations what that looks like. And there may be some screaming and crying on some of the matchups, I imagine, at all levels. But at the same time, I think we have to take a big, deep breath and feel blessed beyond measth that we're even able to play. I think of our friends in Illinois. I think of, the slow start they've had up in Michigan. My brother Joe Wallace was up in Michigan as an athletic director trying to schedule games and move things around. But I just think here in Iowa, we're very lucky to have been able to play. I like what they're doing. I just think it'll be a competing priority.
And there are going to be 5 byes at the Class A level. So Regina hoping to get one of those byes. Now, there's not a strength of schedule issue this year. We don't have an RPI to go off of this year. So it's basically going to be the Iowa High School Athletic Association kind of looking at the teams and figure out who they think the 5 best teams are in the state. Now, there's not a lot of undefeated teams in Class A if you're looking at record-wise. So hopefully, you know, Regina does have that one loss. Now, granted, that's to 4A, top 10 ranked Pleasant Valley. But if you look at the Class A rankings, I'm looking at them here, it looks like there's 1, 2, 3 teams that I can see that are undefeated. So even if you're looking at total record, not taking anything else into account, you would think the state would look at Regina and say, yeah, they probably deserve a bye.
I would hope so. And again, if they didn't, that would essentially say you're penalized for playing a 4A team. And then, you know, for as unconventional as we've been over the years, playing teams that are 1 class or 2 class ahead of us, and if you really ask Marv about it, he thinks that's great conditioning, you know, as you go into the season. You think about the times we played Xavier, you know, or Solon that had been in a different class above us and maybe even beat them, you know, in some of those years, championship years. But, you know, you should not be penalized because you went out of your way, especially in this environment, to play a team that is in Class 4A. And so I certainly hope we get the bye, get the kids rested up, get them well prepared, and then be ready for what would essentially be a second-round tilt.
And it'll be interesting because COVID's still out there and there's still issues with COVID. So they have put stipulations out there. All teams must be eligible to compete by the first round, even if you have a bye, by that first round playoff game that Friday before the first round. So if you have a COVID issue before the playoffs even start, you're done, okay? It sounds like to me. And then once we get going, the games will be scheduled, and if for whatever reason your school has a COVID issue, you're automatically done. The school you're playing moves on. So, you know, even more important to try to be doing the socially distancing stuff, wearing masks and stuff like that to keep the kids healthy so they can go on. Regina has a shot to get to the Dome. You don't want to see that ruined, you know, by a COVID case.
No, but one thing I will say is I think our administrators and our community has really done a tremendous job of working with the kids and having them learn, you know, the merit of social distancing and the merit of the mask wearing. And quite frankly, I think we've been very blessed not to have an outbreak. You know, and that's something that, you know, can happen due to nobody's fault at all. But that being said, there's a lot of discretion, Chad, with Iowa High School Athletic Association. Tom Tharp and the High School Athletic Association folks have a lot that they can do or not do, you know, as this goes forward. And so I think that really a lot of patience and grace is going to have to be exhibited by fans and coaches and student athletes, you know, throughout the process in this really unconventional year.
Yeah, it's definitely been a weird year, and things are really kind of going along okay for us so far here at Iowa City, Regina. So let's go ahead and run down the scoring trend here for Iowa City, Regina in the first half. Of course, Highland doesn't have any points on the board yet, so we'll run down the scoring plays for Regina. With 7:59 left to go in the first quarter, there was a 14-yard touchdown run by Alec Wick out of that new formation that we've seen this week. Eagles take a 7-0 lead. Then with 6:10 left to go in the first quarter, a 37-yard touchdown run by Theo Coley, his first of the evening. With 2:48 left to go in the first quarter, there was a 3-yard slant touchdown catch by Alec Wick for his second touchdown of the first quarter. Then in the second quarter, or no, still in the first quarter with 9.7 seconds left to go, there was a 1-yard touchdown run by Theo Coley there. And then we had a 52-yard touchdown pass to Alec Wick going down the left-hand sideline, right to left, 24-yard touchdown run. Kind of wrapped up your scoring from the first half. So like we talked about, Regina came out, jumped on Highland early. And right now, if you're Highland, you know, you need to just be working on what's going to work as we go forward in the playoffs. Probably not going to come back, win this ball game here tonight, especially with the running clock going. Let's go out and get some positives out of this, figure out what we want to do, get some stuff on film, see what we can do for going forward next week in the playoffs.
Yeah, and I think to continue to developing that depth with the young kids getting to play is really, really going to help us and throughout the games to come. Hey, one score update, Lake Mills is up 16-6 on St. Ansgar And again, that's at the half.
Wow.
Yeah, and then again, one announcement, Miss Osweiler, who's the organizer of the annual homecoming games, would like to thank everyone who's supported Homecoming 2020 this year. A special shout out to all the faculty and staff at Regina. The third annual Fight for the Tire Homecoming Trophy was won by Boland's VIA class and the 11th grade junior class. And again, we're hearing about that 11th grade junior class in that particular contest. So hats off to Miss Osweiler, as well as all of our dedicated faculty and staff, and to our administrators as well for all they do to support homecoming and in a sense of normalcy, for the kids in this unprecedented time.
Got another email here shouting out to Jack Wallace for dominating and helping Boland via win the junior high tire. So Jack getting some props there. I'm guessing that came from Mrs. Boland, but there was no name on it there. Got another email here from Abby Miller. Yes, to answer your question, Ed, the Miller boys are related. Their sister is listening in from Burlington. She says, "Go Huskies." So
both terrific athletes. Really enjoy watching them out here tonight. And this is a fun contest so far, at least on the Regal end. But those Miller boys are tough, as well as the Donovan boy. I mean, he's really been dominant, on his front as well. So it'll be interesting to see in the second half how they come out and look through a different lens, maybe on offense, and get some points on the board.
So we got about 50 seconds left to go here before we start our second half of action. If you're just tuning in, Regals lead 42-0 here from Iowa City, Regina. See Kevin Kirk down there. Ah, there he is, right there pointing at me. So I had to get his name on air since I saw him hanging out down there. He's got a couple daughters that go to school here as well. So 28 seconds left to go here from Iowa City, Regina. A couple scores rolling in here outside of what Ed just mentioned. Cedar Falls leading Lindmar 14-0. Ankeny over Indianola 28-7. Liberty and Iowa City are scoreless. I'm not sure if that's City High or if it's West. I think it's maybe City High.
It's City. The West and Liberty already played earlier this year.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Wilton up 27-6 over Northeast. Mediapolis up over L&M. I'm guessing is Louisa Muscatine maybe, or I'm not sure. 35-8 at half. At halftime, Lisbon up on Wapello now 24-13. And another game at half in another Class A district. 14-0 Northland over Alburnett. So both those teams kind of struggling, I think, this year. So I wouldn't doubt if somebody from our district saw them early on in the playoffs.
Yeah, no question about it. So now we go into a 3-minute period where they do the sanitation and the COVID stretch. We're starting to see folks moving around a little bit. Some of the folks might have left at halftime. Some of them still stand. But again, it's so far so good as far as people are concerned.
And the Regals will get the ball since they deferred in the first half. So Regina will have the football here to start the second half. My guess is we'll probably see a lot of second teamers start the second half here. You might see starters one more offensive series, maybe. Ed Hinkle likes to do that once in a while, coming out of half, still have the starters in there. But going to get plenty of playing time, I think, for some of the younger guys here in the second half. Again, that's all going to build towards depth for next year. And it's good for guys like Ronan Poynton, who haven't been playing much, to get out there. He's looked really strong in the first half here when he was in there and had some playing time as well. So 1:40 left to go before we start our second half of play here in Iowa City. Regina up 42-0.
Yeah, and again, we thank all of our Husky football and volleyball sponsors, Murphy's and Riverside, McGreedy Ruth Construction, People's Trust and Savings Bank, and the Highland Athletic Boosters for sponsoring this simulcast, which is RegalCast and HuskyCast. And again, we appreciate everybody who's got an interest in interscholastic athletics here at the high school level.
And the RegalCast sponsors Jeff Rudolph of Edward Jones, Dale Howard Auto Center, Locals Love Us, Bankers Advertising and True Art, Chris Shooter-Lehman, LKR Realtors, OBGYN Associates and Radiance Medical Spa, the Jill Armstrong Team, J&S Express, Downcrest Pharmacy, Herteen and Stocker Jewelers, Sinclair, Kelly Heating and Air Conditioning, Midtown Family Restaurant, North Dodge Express, Beaver Heating and Air, the Regina Athletic Boosters, J.J. Nichting, and Iowa City break. And again, thanks to Danny Davis and Sportscast Media and all the board operators back in Mediapolis. They allow us to get these games out to you every Friday night. And last regular season home game here for Regina this year. Hopefully, based on their seeding, we should probably see a game or two more at home here as we move through the playoffs, Ed.
Yeah, and it'd be ideal if we're able to broadcast. I know that might be a little bit editorial, but I'd love, especially in this environment, to be able to broadcast, whether it be on the YouTube channel or the media, Danny Davis's media, Sportscast Media. That would be helpful.
So Regina getting ready to come out here. Seeing number 54, Adam Connell. I haven't called his name out there yet tonight. He's running out there. It looks like everybody else we've kind of called on the air tonight. Got Quinlan out there, Chambliss out there, Aitchison out there. Number 44, or actually that's number 4, Jack Tierney out there as well on kickoff coverage. So be the first kickoff of the evening for the Highland Huskies. Traditionally, in most of the games so far this year, Owen Donovan kind of does their kickoff duties as well. So Owen, a very busy guy for the Highland Huskies. It's assuming he'll take the kickoff coverage. Running Pointon out there, Jackson Hamilton out there as well, and number 5, Trent Gerard, along with number 32, Danny Gavin out there back for Regina. Highland still huddled on their sideline before they break here, and they will run out here. Got number 65 out there. I don't have a 65 on my roster for Highland. Number 7, Yahir Jimenez is out there as well. Donovan will be kicking here for Highland. Highland standing in a close bunch, so I can't see any other numbers to call any more of their kids out here before we start on the kickoff. Now they'll kind of break out. Number 8 is out there as well. He's not on my roster either. So I've got a few kids, or actually that's number 9. Jaden Schmidt out there for them. Number 14 is out there as well, Connor Grinstead. And number 32, Logan Bone break out there. Donovan will kick off, low liner kick to the left-hand sideline. That's going to go out of bounds. We'll have the penalties for a free kick infringement here. And we'll see if the Regals make them kick. Nope, looks like they're just going to take the penalty yards. And Regina Regals will have good field position to start their first possession of the second half, Ed.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what they do here. We've got essentially the starters back in, Ashton Cook back in. Will they establish a run or find themselves passing? They've got Gavin coming out.
It looks like they're going to start pretty much with the starters here again, maybe for one more series. Ball's on the far hash mark. They're going right to left on your computer screen into the wind, though the wind has died down quite a bit here in the second half. 2 receivers right, 2 out to the left. Coley right behind Cook on his right hip pocket. Cook will take it. Coley's going to flash out to the left-hand flat. He gets his pass. He'll cut it up the middle along the hash mark, and he's broken to the open. Theo Coley down the sideline. 20, 10, one man to beat, and Donovan will push him out of bounds just inside the 5-yard line at the 4. Big pass reception out of the backfield by Theo Coley.
Yeah, unbelievable blocking by Levi Quinlan all the way down, providing an opening for Coley, again, all the way down to the 1-yard line. You know, hats off to Owen Donovan, pushing him out of bounds at the 1-yard line. It would have been very easy to just see him pass into the end zone.
So first down and goal, ball at the 4-yard line for Regina. 2 right, 2 left. Coley to the left-hand side of Cook. You got to give it to Coley here, right, after all that long run. And they do. Coley straight up the middle, 4-yard touchdown run. Theo Coley for the Regals. Touchdown.
That'd be 4 touchdowns in 4 or 5 games in a row.
Yeah, Coley with 4 again.
Yeah, nice run right up the middle, and that certainly establishes a tempo. I do not imagine the starters stay in after this.
Don't want to run any kind of risk of injury at this point with the playoffs coming up. Big lead, clock's already running. You got 2 touchdowns yet before the clock would stop running, so I think this should be it. Andrew Denninger in to tip the extra point now for Regina. Good snap. Down. Kick is up. It's high enough, and it's inside the upright, so Andrew Denninger good. That makes it 49-0 Regina, 11:07 left to go, third quarter from Iowa City.
Yeah, score update. We've got West Branch up 14-6 on Beckman, and that's at halftime. Anamosa's up 14-7 on Tipton at halftime. Okay, we got some. Keep those scores coming.
So Regina jumps out big, gets another score on their first offensive possession here after the big pass out of the backfield of Theo Coley, takes all the way down to the 4-yard line. They let him clean up the mess, takes it for right up the gut again for a 4-yard touchdown pass. So 11:07 left to go here for Regina. They'll be kicking off. A couple new numbers look like they're running out. Here the kickoff coverage for Regina. Number 25, Seth Lenz. Number 26, Andrew Triplett out there. Look like they're going to be out on kickoff coverage as well.
Get that Triplett kid going. Get him going.
Just stay in your lane, bud. Stay in your lane.
That's I hear. You can hear that down there. That's a common refrain on kickoff. Everything from the junior high level to the JV level to the varsity level to the college level to the pro level. Stay in your lane all the way down on the kickoff.
Gabe Graff out there as well, along with number 5, Trent Gerard, Carter Rios, Andrew Denninger will be kicking off. Carson Jensen out there, Ronan Poynton out there, and Blake Chambliss as well. Back deep for the Highland Huskies, we got Owen Donovan, and looks like Connor Grinstead once again back deep, standing at their own about 6-yard line for Highland. 11:07 left to go here. Third quarter, Regina up 49-0. Denninger will kick off. Kicks one's a good high kick all the way down to about the 8-yard line, taken by Grinstead. Grinstead tries straight up the middle. He'll get out across the 25-yard line, gets hit there in the middle of the field, falls forward to the 29-yard line, 1st and 10 Huskies.
Yeah, good effort by Grinstead to get 3 or 4 additional yards after he was initially met by the defender. Again, 1st and 10 Huskies, head left or right on your computer screen. A host of freshmen are in. I see a Drew Streb.
John Devery's out there, Stephen Liu, Ronan Poynton's out there, Seth Lenz, Carson Jensen.
Yep. We got a lot of young guys in now.
So this will be fun, getting some of these young guys experience. 1st down and 10, 1 receiver, right tight formation. They're going to hand it back to Donovan. Donovan tries off right tackle, breaks a couple tackles, then gets met after 1 yard by Jackson Hamilton. Stephen Liu helps clean it up. About a 2-yard gain.
Yeah, nice form tackle by Hamilton. Way to pursue.
Carson Irving, Anthony Kamani also out there on defense for the Regina Regals. 2nd down 9 for the Highland Huskies. Ball at their own 30-yard line, near hash mark, 9:55 and counting here, third quarter. They'll split. Jimenez out to the left-hand side, 2 receivers out to the right. They've got 1 back right next to Grinstead in shotgun formation. 1 guy up tight, that's Harbison. They're going to hand it to Donovan straight at the middle. He's got a little bit of running room this time, and he'll get out for the 1st down for the Huskies, all the way out to the 43-yard line.
Yeah, kind of shredded through the line there. Donovan runs hard. I mean, he really does, but a lot of his runs so far have been around the ends. This one was right up the middle. And again, the young guys have to get off their blocks from a defensive standpoint. I think Carson Jensen in on the tackle.
1st down 10 for Highland. Ball at their 43-yard line. They'll send 1 receiver, Miller, out to the left, 2 receivers out to the right. Again, shotgun formation for Grinstead. Donovan to his left. And we're going to have a quick jump right there. That's number 56, John Devery, off sides for the Regina Regals. So it'll get a 5 extra yards here for the Highland Huskies. Devery, I think, is just a freshman, is he not, Ed?
Yeah, he's a freshman. He's a tall one. He's starting to fill out a little bit. He's always been kind of tall and long, and now we're starting to fill out, which is terrific. Good basketball player as well.
1st down 5 now for Highland. Ball at their own 48-yard line. Again, Jimenez out to the left-hand side. Out to the right-hand side is Jaden Schmid. Shotgun formation for Grinstead. Bone break also out to the left-hand side. They're going to hand it to Donovan. Donovan met right away by Anthony Kamani. Puts a stiff arm on him, gets around him, and he'll get pushed out of bounds by Seth Lenz, but not before Donovan picks up the 1st down for Highland out across midfield.
4-yard line of Regina.
Yeah, again, the Husky offensive line is starting to dominate to some of the younger guys a little bit. But again, it provides a great opportunity for depth for freshman, sophomore. Amancha Dustreb and Kamani and Devery really starting to learn here.
Danny Gavin now in for Carter Rios. Trips to the left-hand side for Highland. 1 receiver to the right, that's Schmid. Again, shotgun formation for Grinstead with Donovan in the backfield. Grinstead will look to pass out to the flat left-hand side. He's got Bone break. Bone break met right away by Jackson Hamilton, and he'll lose about 2 yards on the play. Good job by Jackson Hamilton.
Yeah, good job staying right where he needed to be and not be juked out. Again, he just kind of wrapped him up and held on Again, 7:25 left to go here in third quarter, 49-0. Wind's picking up a little bit.
Yeah, the flag was limp there for a bit when we started the third quarter. Now kind of blowing a little bit again, still from the south-southeast. So Huskies with the wind right here. 2nd down and 12. Ball at the Regina 46-yard line. They send one receiver to the left, 2 to the right, shotgun formation. Grinstead fumbles the snap. He's going to have to try to make something out of this, and he gets met behind right away by number 52, Drew Streb. Good job by Streb on the pursuit right there after the muffled snap.
Boy, nice job out of Streb. Terrific opportunity, tackle for a loss for the freshman. Yeah, Todd and Sarah Streb would be happy about that one.
Loss of about 8 yards on the play. Going to bring up about 3rd down and 19, 20 yards here for Highland. Ball's going to be back now in their own territory again at their own 48-yard line. Ball's in the middle of the field. They'll come out and send trips out to the left-hand side. One receiver, Schmidt, out to the right. Again, Donovan flanks Grinstead, right-hand side, shotgun formation. Grinstead looks to pass out to the flat, fakes it, now looks to the right-hand side for Schmidt. Nothing there. He's going to run it himself. He's out across midfield. He breaks a couple tackles and steps out of bounds. Not going to have enough for the first down, but got some positive yards right there, and it'll be much closer to the first down so they can actually go for it here, Ed.
Yeah, pushed out by number 32, Danny Gavin, playing the linebacker position. Kind of had a weird angle on it, but got him out so he didn't have a long gainer.
So it'll be 4th down and 3. They're going to put the ball down at the Regina 37-yard line. 5:45 left to go, third quarter. Running clock here in Iowa City. Regina up 49-0. Trips to the left, one receiver to the right. Donovan, left-hand side of Grinstead. Grinstead looks over the defense. Regina bringing some pressure up the middle. They're going to fake it. Grinstead tried to do it, and now he's going to be brought down there by Carson Irvin, but he breaks the tackle and falls forward for a first down. Great job right there by Connor Grinstead, just fighting for the yardage, Ed.
Yeah, good effort out of Grinstead, and there's no loss of fight in these Huskies at all. They're bringing it every single snap, and that's kind of impressive. I mean, you're down 49-0, and it's obviously a tough situation for them, but they are got plenty of fight left in them.
The deepest the Huskies have been into Regina territory all night. Ball at the Regina 33-yard line. Far hash mark, 4:54 left to go, third quarter. Miller breaks out, the lone receiver to the right. I formation, heavy set here for Highland. They're going to hand it off to Donovan. Donovan off right tackle, has got a little running room. Breaks the tackle. He's got one man to beat, that Seth Lenz. Lenz manages to push him out of bounds on the right-hand boundary. Going to be another first down for the Highland Huskies.
Knocked out of bounds by number 12.
I'm not sure who got, he put a good stiff on somebody. I'm not sure who it was.
I missed that one.
First down and 10 for Highland. Ball at the Regina 20-yard line. 4:18 and ticking third quarter. Regina up 49-0. Ball's on the near hash mark. Running game getting going here for the Huskies with the second team Regina defense in. Defensive line needs to shore it up just a little bit. Trips out to the left, one receiver out to the right. Again, Donovan back there with Grinstead. Shotgun formation, takes a snap. He's going to fake it. Grinstead's a keeper. He breaks through one tackle again and gets positive yards right there. Right now, Highland's just running a little tougher than Regina's tackling. They're breaking some tackles, and Regina's got to start wrapping up. They're getting to the runners in the backfield, but they're just getting shedded.
Yeah, some of this is a breakdown. This is the type of thing you see on film where you want to get corrected, cleaned up. But again, mostly JV players, some JV players, a mix of veteran varsity guys.
Third down and 3, or second down and 3 here for Highland. I formation this time. Grinstead will drop back. He'll hand it to Donovan. Donovan's got some room off left tackle, and Donovan's going to have himself a 13-yard touchdown run. Owen Donovan for the Highland Huskies.
Yeah, that was just a simple counter, and again, he had a nice running room. Donovan's a type of back that, given a different set of circumstances, and he'd probably have more than one touchdown at this point in the game.
So good job by Highland there coming in and controlling the running game with the backup Regina defense in there. Really did a good job of fighting through tackles there. Regina's going to have to shore that up. A lot of young guys getting some valuable experience here. Donovan's extra point is blocked. So with 3:12 left to go in the second quarter, Regina holds a 49-6 lead over Highland.
Yeah, but nice job out of the Highland Husky offensive line to sustain their blocks and keep their assignments straight, on that drive and leading up to their touchdowns. Again, 3:12 left to go, third quarter. Crowd thinning out just a tad. People coming around, talking, visiting, that type of thing. Student section remains intact. Highland Husky on the visiting side it seems just as full as it was when we got here, starting off the ball game. Hats off to all the Highland folks for making the trip and watching the Huskies here. Again, it is kind of interesting when you think about it. Sometimes if you're having a rough year, you don't have a lot to look forward to. In this particular year, everybody makes the playoffs and anything can happen. And it's interesting talking to friends in Minnesota that they're used to that. You see these Cinderella stories, Chad, where all of a sudden, somebody goes 1-5, 2-6, or some type of uneven type of record, and then all of a sudden they get on a win streak, and anything can happen. It's the art of the possible.
So Donovan will be kicking off here for the Highland Huskies. Back deep for Regina, number 40 junior Carson Jensen, and number 26 junior Andrew Triplett. Donovan's first kickoff was pretty short to the boundary line, went out of bounds. We'll see if he gets it down the middle of the field this time. Owen Donovan, who just scored the touchdown for Highland, gets them on the board. Regina up 49-6, 3:12 left to go, third quarter. Donovan, one of those straight-on kickers. He's trying a little onside kick right there, but good job by number 67, running, pointing, going down and getting that ball. Regina will start first down and 10 at their own 48, 49-yard line.
Yeah, let's see if we see a new quarterback in here.
I saw Gentry Dumont was not suited up tonight, so if it is, it'll probably be Jack Tierney out there.
Okay. Number 4.
Yep, that's Tierney out there.
Yeah, number 4, Jack Tierney. He's a sophomore, a good baseball player, and also does a nice job on defense.
So Seth Lenz, Andrew Triplett now out there for receiver for Regina, along with Gabe Graff and Trent Gerard. Two receivers right, two left. One back in the backfield, Danny Gavin with Jack Tierney. Tierney looks over the defense. High snap. He corrals it. Gives it to Gavin. Gavin's got some running room up the middle, and he'll push forward for a good gain of about 6 yards for Danny Gavin.
Yeah, nice hard run by Gavin for the yardage.
So go ahead.
He's really impressed. Over the course of the year too. Early in the year he was running a little high, and he's starting to lean forward a little bit, and that's just part of the maturation process. As a runner.
Second down 4 for Regina. Ball at the 46-yard line of Highland. Two receivers right, two left. Gavin to the left-hand side he moves him to the right-hand side of Tierney now in shotgun formation. Now back to the left-hand side. Clock's ticking. Jack Tierney takes the snap. He'll fake it out to him. Get it out to Gabe Graff. Gabe Graff gets the pass. He breaks a couple tackles. Gabe Graff down to the 42-yard line, close to a Regina first down.
Yeah, nice pass by Tierney. And again, a little bit of communication back and forth with Gavin there on setup.
And they do give him the first down. So Graff gets the first down reception. Gets the ball to the Highland 42-yard line. Ball here on the near hash mark. 1:12 and ticking here, third quarter. Regina leads 49-6. Regina breaks the huddle. They'll send trips out to the right now. One receiver, Seth Lenz, out to the left-hand side. Again, Danny Gavin backfield. Highland looks like they're going to bring some pressure straight up the middle. Tierney takes it. They do bring the pressure. He fakes it. He's going to keep it himself. Tierney's got some running room at the middle. He's across the 30, down to the 25, down to the 22-yard line of the Huskies. Good job at Jack Tierney right there, just fighting for yards up the middle.
Yeah, great run by Tierney. Great tackle by Miller of the Huskies, number 6. Just
you've been calling his name a lot tonight.
Yeah.
Not a very big kid, 5'7", 145, but I tell you what, he's a football player.
Yeah, I like these Miller kids. I got to be honest with you. I can tell they're both scrappers.
First down, 10 for Regina. Ball at the 23-yard line of the Huskies. Two receivers out to the right, two out to the left. Tierney in the backfield, shotgun formation. Danny Gavin to his left-hand side. 10 seconds left in the third quarter. They bring pressure again straight up the middle. He passes out to Trent Gerard on the right side. And Gerard gets hit in the backfield for about a 2-yard loss right there.
Yeah, nice job by Gerard. He's maturing too. He's the kind of kid that's starting to grow into his body, and I saw him over the summertime working landscaping, and just a hard-working kid, and so he's going to be a big part of the future of Regina football.
So that's the end of the third quarter from Iowa City, Regina. Regina leads 49-6. And we have one more quarter of play here with the running clock. A couple of scores coming in. We've got Northland 14, Elbert 7. Lisbon over Wapello 32-13. They're starting to spread that one out. And Webster City over Boone 41-0 in the second.
Any 4A scores at all?
Nothing else that I've seen come in yet. There's it says 6-7 Solon up with 106 left in the second, but I don't know what that means or who they're playing. So not sure what that is.
Yeah, if you get any of those 4A scores, send them along, Danny.
So Iowa City, Regina, I'll have the ball here. Second down and 12. Ball at the Husky 25-yard line as we start the third quarter. Or as we get ready to start the fourth quarter, I'm sorry. And the clock will be running once again here in Iowa City with that 35 or greater lead here for the Regals.
Well, I'll tell you, Chad, I've been going through Hawkeye football withdrawal. It's getting closer. It's getting closer.
2 weeks away.
You better believe it.
Let's hope we can keep everybody healthy and make this thing work.
Yeah. I know the kids are glad to probably be back in the building working on football and that type of thing. And it's nice to see all the students that are here in Iowa City at the university out and about with their masks on and working through the COVID.
Second down, 12. 2 receivers out wide to the left-hand side, 2 receivers tight on the right-hand side. Danny Gavin next to Tierney. Tierney takes a high snap. It's over his head once again. We saw that. Oh, and he falls down trying to get on the ball. The fumble recovery is going to be recovered, I think, by Highland. Nope. Regina fell on it. We saw that several times last week where Drewstrab had some issues with snapping it over Tierney's head. He had been doing okay tonight except for that one. Got over, but Regina ended up lucky falling on that football.
Yeah, that'll happen. It's part of the game, and you got to work through it.
Big loss there. Now it's going to be third down and probably close to 25 yards, 26 yards, ball all the way back to the Husky 39-yard line. 2 receivers left, 2 right. Again, Gavin in the backfield with Tierney. Highland looking to bring a little pressure off the edge, it looks like, and they do. Tierney's going to have to get rid of it. He's got a screen pass set up, throws it too high for Danny Gavin. I'm not sure that would have amounted to much anyway, as number 11, Yahir Jimenez, was there to probably tackle him, but just too high on the pass there from Tierney.
Yeah, nice pursuit angle by number 11 on that. You know what the toughest snap of a game is the next one after you.
Yeah, right.
After you mess one up, and you know it's kind of like the catcher back to the pitcher. It's kind of like the putt, to get the eagle. It's a lot of different analogies.
So fourth down and 26 for Regina. They'll keep the offense on the field here. You might see a pooch punt here. They got everybody tight to the line right here. Gavin in the backfield with Tierney. Yeah, Tierney backs up a little bit. Gavin steps forward. I think we're going to see a little pooch punt here. We do. Tierney gets the ball up. Nice high kick. I think it's going to be a little bit too far, though, as it goes through the back of the end zone. So it'll be a touchback for the Highland Huskies, and they'll have 10-16 left to go to work with here in the fourth quarter. Just a reminder of those RioCast sponsors: Jeff Rudolph of Edward Jones, Dale Howard Auto Center, Locals Love Us, Bankers Advertising and True Art, Chris Shooter-Lehman, LKL Realtors, OBGYN Associates and Radiance Medical Spa, the Jill Armstrong Realty Team, JNS Express, Timecrest Pharmacy, Hurricane and Stocker Jewelers, Sinclair, Kelly Heating and Air, Midtown Family Restaurant, North Dodge Express, Beaver Heating and Air, the Regina Athletic Boosters, JJ Nichting, and Iowa City Break. Huskies come out first down and 10, ball at their own 20-yard line. Tight I formation here for them. One receiver, Miller, out to the left-hand side. Takes the snap. It's to the front fullback who powers forward, breaks through some tackles, gets close to a Husky first down. I think he's going to be about a yard short.
Yeah, good hard running by the fullback for the Huskies.
9-yard gain.
So 9-yard gain for Harbison right there. Caden Harbison takes it. Second down and 1 for Highland. Ball at their own 29-yard line. Henry Bodorf now into the game playing cornerback for Regina. Don't believe we've called his name yet tonight.
Nope.
I think that's about all that we know. I see one other player out there, number 15, Santana Miller out there for Regina as well, playing a backer position. Donovan now off the right-hand side. He's brought down by Andrew Triplett, but not before he picks up the first down out to about the 39-yard line.
Yeah, nice to see Santana Miller out here, the freshman. He's good, heck of a baseball player. He hits the ball very, very well. And then really a good all-around athlete, and like anything else, he'd kind of been nicked up a little bit the last couple weeks. Good to see him out enjoying himself. You know, with the JV season over, Chad, it's nice for these guys to get some reps in.
Get suited up for the varsity team for sure. First down and 10 for Highland. Ball at their own 38-yard line. I formation for the Huskies. They'll take the snap. They'll hand it to the up man again. That's Harbison, and he gets hit by 3 or 4 Regals that bounce off him, but he's eventually brought down after about a 3-yard gain.
Yeah, nice initial tackle by Hamilton, number 44. He's got a good motor on him. He's learning a lot this year. Again, another Regal that's improved, certainly from week 1 to where we are today.
So second down and 7 here for the Huskies. Clock ticking, 8:19 left to go. Fourth quarter, 49-6 Regina lead. Left-hand side now, one receiver out here, Jimenez. Tight I formation. Grinstead under center. He's going to hand it to Donovan. Donovan gets hit in the backfield, but he's bouncing off tackles right now. He's got the left edge. Donovan down to the 40, to the 30, to the 20, and Donovan's going to have himself a Husky touchdown. He bounced it out to the left-hand side. Regals broke containment right there. Triplett tried to come over from the right-hand side, or the left-hand side quarterback position, but couldn't catch up to Donovan. Donovan, a good athlete in the open field.
Yeah, I wonder if he's a track athlete or not, because he all of a sudden he put the jets on, and none of our guys could get there with the pursuit angle.
So Highland on the board again with another touchdown, 49-12. Clock stops after the score, 7:49 left to go in the fourth quarter. Looks like they're going to come out and try to go for 2 here maybe. And they are. They're going to put Grinstead under center. I formation again. Harbison with Donovan behind him. Grinstead looks over the defense. He's going to turn around and give it to Donovan. Donovan met in the backfield, breaks 2 or 3 tackles, but brought down just short. Brought down by 56 John Devery and one other Regal. So no good on the conversion. So 7:49 left to go. Regina 49, Highland 12.
And so with that touchdown, we also want to thank our Husky Cast football and volleyball sponsors. Murphy's and Riverside's, where all the Highland fans gather after the game. Jerry and the staff can provide Husky Nation with drinks, great meal specials, and much more. McGreedy Ruth Construction can handle your next remodel or addition. They specialize in home and commercial construction and can provide you with energy-efficient options. People's Trust and Savings Bank is not here to be the biggest bank around, just the best. People's Trust and Savings Bank wishes the best to all Highland athletes through this fall. And again, Highland Athletic Booster Club sponsors events, holds fundraisers, and works for the betterment of our Highland athletes. The Highland Athletic Boosters are happy to sponsor this Husky Cast. And again, this is a simulcast, a Regal Cast, Husky Cast. And again, we thank our friends on the YouTube Regal channel for all that they do to put the audio and the video together for those at home and across the world. Again, 7:49, Regina 49, Highland 12, 7:49 left to go in the contest. On a beautiful night here at Regina.
A couple other emails coming in. That Mrs. Boland said that shout out to Jack was actually from Mrs. Welter. She said, I'm so proud of all my kids who worked together today. Super job by Miss Osweiler and all the students. Go Regals. And then one other email listening in from North Liberty. Joan Belknap listening in. She says, wow, just turned in. Sounds like a great homecoming win for the Regals. So, again, thank you to all our listeners on the Regal Cast or the Husky Cast as we get ready to, Owen Donovan gets ready to kick off here for Highland after the touchdown. Back deep for Regina. Looks like Carson Jensen and maybe Andrew Triplett again. Hard to see. They're up tight this time at about their own 18-yard line.
Yeah, that's Triplett.
Donovan tries another onside kick right to Ronan Point, and he can't get it. Ball's on the ground, and I'm not sure who came up with it. I think Regina was lucky enough to get it, and they were. Ball recovered, I think, by Jack Tierney.
Yeah, nice work out of Tierney. I hope he didn't get hurt on that.
Poynton went down to kind of lay down on top of the ball. It took a really weird hop, bounced around a couple more times before Tierney was able to fall on it.
Yeah, I don't really like our backup quarterback being in that spot. Yeah, okay. That's me being grumpy. I don't. You got the backup quarterback didn't need to be in a.
Another new Regal out there, number 11, Dylan Vitito. Good to see him back in uniform tonight. He'll be playing receiver now.
Yep.
Along with number 8, Stephen Liu. Snap to Tierney. He's going to hand it off to Danny Gavin. Gavin finds a seam on the left-hand side. He's out across midfield, gets down to the Husky 40 before he falls ahead to about the 38-yard line. First down 10.
Yeah.
Good run, Danny Gavin.
Gavin got his arms pumping and legs up to his chest, and really a good, hard, solid run by Gavin.
6:45 left to go, fourth quarter, clock still ticking. Regals again into Husky territory now. First down and 10 at the Highland 38-yard line.
I see Gavin as a feature back next year, Chad.
I agree. He might be the guy next year. Regina will split two receivers out to the left, Vitito and Bodorf. Out to the right, you've got Gerard and Lou. Gavin to the left-hand side of Tierney in shotgun formation. Highland looking to bring some pressure off the right-hand side. Quick pass out, and this is going to be a pick six by Jack Tierney. Didn't see the defender step right in front of that. And is that number 17, Owen Donovan, on the pick six?
18.
18. That's bone break on the pick six off of Jack Tierney. They tried a fake handoff, and Tierney was going to do a quick pass out to the flat. Never saw bone break. Bone break caught that on a full sprint. Pick six.
Wow. Yeah, that was a quick play, a quick turnaround on that. Brings up 49-18 with the extra point coming. Again, the sophomore quarterback Tierney with the interception. It's like anything else. You try to make those reads, and you got to do it in short order. Nice speed out of the cornerback there.
So I got an email here saying that Owen Donovan is actually the grandson of Ralph Bud Donovan, following a great Donovan tradition.
Okay.
Donovan's kick is up, and it is good. So with 6:04 left to go in the fourth quarter, score now 49-19. Regina leads.
I like Donovans. I married one. I did, Jennifer Donovan, in 2005. Yeah, and then she became Wallace, and somehow she stuck around. I don't know what happened there. But yeah, Donovan's outstanding. Again, nice fight out of the Huskies. I mean, they're fighting all the way through this contest. And again, if they catch fire in the playoff scenario, you never know what can happen, Chad. I mean, that's the cusp of it. And the young guys are making mistakes, but they're also doing some good things here too. And really, the film study is going to be terrific for them. I'll be able to figure out different things going on. Hats off to Coach Cook and the entire staff so far, and getting the kids in and out and that type of thing. Real team effort tonight.
Again, Donovan will be kicking off here for Highland. Back deep, Triplet and Jensen. They're standing at their own 30-yard line, so not expecting a deep kick here, expecting another onside kick, which if they recover this, they'll keep chipping away here. 6:04 left to go. Running clock is gone now for Regina, so Regina needs to step things up here.
Yeah, and that's kind of a learning experience too. Is sometimes turnovers really create a different dynamic. So we'll see what happens here in the next offensive possession.
So Donovan looks to put his foot in the ball, and he's going to kick it deep this time. It's going to be right to Carson Jensen at the 22-yard line. Jensen will take it. He'll go straight up the middle. Jensen's got a little seam. He's out. He's out to midfield. He's got an open field. Carson Jensen to the 30, to the 20, to the 10. Regal touchdown! Carson Jensen with a 78-yard kickoff return for the Regals.
Wow, absolutely wonderful. I kept looking back, Chad, to see if there was a flag down.
Yeah, you always do on those kind of plays, right?
You do, and I didn't see it. And to be honest with you, the officials have not called a lot of flags this entire contest.
Oh, there was. Blocking the back right there. I didn't even see the flag, but referee called it right there, brought back.
Oh, boy. I just spoke too fast.
I was looking, too, and I'm just like, guys, stay out of his way. Stay out of his way. But unfortunately, it's going to be brought back, and it looks like it must have been fairly far down the field because they're going to spot the ball at the 42-yard line of Highland. So it must have been way downfield when it happened?
Yeah, I think so. The student section here at Regina is voicing their disgust at the call in the most polite way possible.
So, going to be first down and 10 for Regina. Ball at the Highland Husky 42-yard line. Two receivers right, two left. Gavin in the backfield with Jack Tierney. Tierney looks to take the snap. Pressure again by Highland. Straight up the middle for Gavin. Gavin's going to fight forward for a gain of about 3 yards right there.
That continues to help run the clock. Santana Miller, number 15, the talented freshman in. I don't know if Danny's coming out. Yeah, Danny's going to come out. Danny's played some terrific linebacker this year, too, especially in some of those early games when we were doing a 4-4. Santana Miller did a nice job in the 8th grade last year. Been kind of nicked up with injuries this year. Again, terrific baseball player. We'll see if he gets a carry here.
2nd down, 7 for Regina. 2 receivers right, 2 left. Miller, the back in the backfield with Tierney. 5:13 left to go in the game. 49-19 Regina. Jack letting the clock tick till he sees the ref start to clock away. He's going to hand it to Miller up the middle. Miller's going to get hit by a host of Huskies right away. No gain there for Iowa City Regina.
Yeah, clock's starting to tick out. We're starting to see some of the fans, especially with the younger ones, head out. I see a lot of tired little people.
Highland really packing the middle of the line right now, bringing a lot of pressure up the middle, knowing Regina's probably just going to run the football, try to get this clock going down. So 2 receivers left, 2 right for Regina. Miller again, the back in the backfield, and Highland jumps there, so Regina's going to get an extra 5 yards. So it's going to be 3rd down and manageable now here for Regina. Got a text coming in here from Shooter. It says, Owen Donovan's great-grandmother and my grandfather were brother and sister. Small world here.
Holy marbles. Who said that, Shooter?
Shooter said that.
Oh, man. Well, Shooter said it. It's got to be true.
All right.
Yeah. I mean, we got to get some more of this family lineage thing going on. A lot of Lehmans out there.
3rd down, 3 here for Regina. Ball at the 35-yard line of the Highland Huskies. 2 receivers left, Vitito and Bodorf. Lou and Gerard to the right-hand side. Miller running back behind Tierney. Tierney looks to take the snap. It's a high snap. He gives it off to Miller. Miller's got a little room up the middle, and he breaks a couple tackles. Santana Miller out to the flat, and it's a Regal touchdown! Santana Miller with the 33-yard touchdown run for Regina.
Well, nice job.
Look, what kind of reminiscent of Theo Coley there. He got in the open and just burned it. I had one guy to beat. I thought he was going to get pulled down by his shoestrings there, but good job by Santana fighting it off. And another Regal touchdown on the board.
Yep, nice job. Nice job by the young guys.
Andrew Denninger will come in to look to put the extra point on the board for Regina. Jack Tierney will be his holder. 4:03 left to go in our ball game. I think Jackson Marks still our long snapper, maybe, or might be Jack Hamilton. Kick is up. It's a low kick. It's a liner. And it is still good, though, for Regina. So 4:03 left to go. Regina 56, Highland 19.
And 4 minutes left to go in the contest. A lot of fans still sticking around, and I think that's kind of the fun thing, to watch some of the younger players for Regina play. And then, some of the seniors, obviously, for Highland, getting to watch them play, towards the end of the regular season. Again, it's a little different dynamic. Everybody makes the playoffs, so there's games to come down the road. But real fortunate to get all these different ball games in. And, of course, question comes right away, thinking, Chad, what do winter sports look like, wrestling and basketball? And, time will tell here, but it seems like the guidance so far is everything's A-okay, and again, that'll be subject to change.
So 4:03 left to go in our ball game. Regina up 56-19. And it'll be Andrew Denninger kicking off this time for Iowa City Regina. I think we've called every player on Regina that we've been out there so far tonight. Back deep, Grinstead and Donovan again for the Highland Huskies. Got Caden Harbison up as one of the up men, along with Luke Miller too, it looks like. So Denninger gets ready to kick this ball, and he does. He'll kick it down the right-hand side. That'll be to Grinstead at the 5-yard line. Grinstead looks to go straight up the middle of the field, cuts it to the right-hand side now. He's got a little bit of running room. Tackled by Santana Miller. Really good tackle in the open field.
What's the flag?
I'm not sure what the flag is coming in for.
Is it holding on the receiving team? It may be. Yeah, it's holding on the receiving team. Again, terrific tackle by Santana Miller, the talented freshman, on special teams.
So that'll back the Highland Huskies up a little bit.
One score update, our friends up in Cedar Rapids Xavier 39, over their opponent.
Ball spotted on the Highland 10-yard line.
And that would be Benton Community after the 3. So Xavier 39, Benton Community 3 after the third quarter, going into the fourth quarter.
Highland comes out, sends Luke Miller out to the left-hand side. They've got an I formation here. Donovan in the backfield. They're going to give it to the up back. I believe that probably once again would have been Harbison. So he'll run forward for about 8 yards on that carry. 2:55 left to go. Clock ticking here in Iowa City.
Iowa City West is up 35-0 on Cedar Rapids Kennedy. 4:36 left in the first half. I didn't see that coming.
No.
St. Ansgar has come back to go up 20-16 on Lake Mills with 5 minutes left to play up north. And again, another ranked Class A score. Wapsie Valley 28, Clayton 6. And again, that's at the half.
So they hand it to Donovan. Donovan up the middle. He gets brought down by some Regals, but he gets the first down first. So it'll be first down and 10 here for Highland.
So if I'm married to Donovan, does that mean I'm related to Shooter?
Oh my gosh, that would be a scary idea.
I don't know.
Can you imagine those holiday parties?
I can only imagine. If I wanted to know anything about that, I'd ask the Strebs.
First down and 10 here for the Highland Huskies. 2 minutes left to go in our ball game. Regina up 56-19. Highland comes out. They'll send Luke Miller to the left again. They'll be in that I formation once again. Grinstead under center. He'll take the snap. He goes back, hands it to Donovan. Donovan breaks a tackle. He gets met by a host of Regals and brought down after about a 6-7 yard gain.
Did you say that Gentry Dumont's not dressed?
I thought I saw him not dressed earlier on the sideline because he's number 12 and I haven't seen him all night.
No, I haven't either. Yeah, I'm looking down there. Yeah.
So second down and 3 here for the Highland Huskies. 1:20 left to go in our ball game. They send trips out to the left this time. One receiver out to the right-hand side. Grinstead in shotgun formation. He's looking to pass out to across the middle of the field. He's got Jimenez. Jimenez was open, tried to jump to catch the football, couldn't haul it in. Incomplete pass for Highland. That stops. Won't stop the clock. Clock's running. Less than a minute left to play here in Iowa City. Third down 3.
55 seconds left, and it's going to run. Again, at 48 seconds.
So Highland will come to the line. Third down and 3. One receiver out to the left. They go back to the I formation. Grinstead will take the snap. He's going to turn around and hand it to Donovan off the right-hand tackle. Donovan gets outside, brought down by Triplett out of bounds. Real close to the first down. Not sure if he got out of bounds or got the first down or not.
They may not have to run another play here. 23 seconds. Again, Regina 56, Highland 19.
So he was shy of the first down. Fourth down and 1 for Highland. 13 seconds left to go. We'll see if they snap the football. Grinstead comes out, shotgun formation, trips to the left, one receiver to the right. 5 seconds left to go. They'll snap it. Grinstead's going to look over the middle of the field. Was the ball intercepted by Vitito? Close. Nope, incomplete pass. Ball fell to the ground, and that'll end your ball game from Iowa City, Regina. The Regals come out, strike early and often in this ball game, and win the ball game 56-19 to finish the season with a 6-1 record. The only loss to 4A.
Tomorrow at noon, the state will announce